Oh, that was really fast. All right. Wow. All right. So, Odyssey of the Dragonlords, post game, God's work. You guys are back in the world. Time has passed in your absence. For some of you, the journey through the many hells of the multiverse felt like an eternity. For some, it felt like only 2 hours. But the time that passed here was very real, and changes have occurred. The promises made to you by Hades seem to have been fulfilled. With the lingering implication that Hypatia will do everything in her powers to honor his one request in exchange for his assistance. You guys are faced with a number of different things to do. You are reunited. Not all of your allies are present or alive or even standing with you anymore, but you do have a dope airship now, so that's cool. So the question, I guess, is going to be what happens today. But to get us fully caught up on it, we'll need a recap. And before that recap, we have a fact expiration question. By the tropes and expected standards of our modern society, would your character be a cat person or a dog person? And why? It's a tough one. Does anybody want to do the recap? What happened last week for points of DM inspiration? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? If you're interested, just chuck your die into the chat. If you're not interested, I will do my best to try and sum it up and find someone else to give the inspiration point to.
I guess I'll go.
Okay, sure. Sounds great. Take it away, Cyrus.
So last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords, it was a very tense start to begin the evening. You're faced with the decision of fighting the Guardian of the Vaults or stepping off the path and talking to Hades directly. Not everyone was in agreement for what should go on. But eventually, through willing or unwilling, it was decided to step off the path and talk to Hades directly to see if we can get what we wanted. Then proceeded to have a forlorn, if not fruitful, discussion with Hades about the world and what exactly we all wanted to get out of coming to the underworld itself. Eventually, we decided to forego the ambrosia. Is that right? Did we forego it, or did we?
Oh, you definitely forego. Yeah.
In order to.
It's foregone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But not forgotten.
Oh.
Okay.
But we ended up getting kind of what we had come down here for. It may not have been how we all wanted to get it, but we were able to get Chandris back, as well as getting a Pythor free from the Isle, as well as return to Earth, or Thylea. Phil having been kind of taken against his will off the path. Reluctantly left back to his kingdom, very upset mood. And we proceeded back to our individual places of origin, where we considered home, and then met up back in Mitros. Came up with a plan, decided to go try to mend what bonds we could with Phil. And it did not look good to begin with. We all bought food to take to dinner, but Phil was not ready to receive us until the voice of Pythor himself came and was able to melt the ice that had formed. And with that, it was kind of a happy reunion while we all got caught up on what had been going on while we were absent. And it's pretty rough out there at the moment. A lot of stuff going on. But we have a challenge ahead of us, several tasks that need completing, and we'll try to strive forward and do what we can.
All right. Go ahead and take DM inspiration. There was certainly a lot to cover that happened last week. All right. So, does anybody want to answer the Factspiration question for Jesus? What size is it at 18? Let's see.
D100, I think.
D100? No, that would be too good for a bard. Let's see. D12 at 15th level. I guess it maxes at 12. All right, so a D12 inspiration. Okay, Phil. Would you wait a minute? All right, would you be a dog person or a cat
You're not
person?
want me to answer?
No, it's fine. They are randomly generated questions, so sometimes
Part
it's
of
slow.
me- Part of me doesn't want to offend all the cat owners there, but Phil is definitely a dog person. He's got a little toxic masculinity to him. He's an alpha. Dogs are alphas. Cats suck. Phil loves dogs. Slayer loves dogs. Everyone should love dogs. Stop loving cats. I made that a little political. I hope that's okay.
A little political, but
Sorry,
I mean,
Dom.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dom won't watch this for another 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll worry about that. That's a problem.
Okay.
Future, Remy.
Exactly. We would all be blessed to still have Dom in our lives 4 or 5 years from now. So, you may ask the same question of any NPC that you have met during your Odyssey.
Okay. Tough one. Just because I want to be able to make fun of him. A Castus.
A Castus? Sadly, wow. What now? I mean, I think he'd probably be a dog person for the same reasons that Phil wants to be a dog person. He likes the idea that the dogs will respect that he is strong and that he is domineering and that he is, not to be trifled with. And no matter how tough you are, no matter how cool you are, no matter how mean you are, Cat just doesn't give a fuck. Cat just does what it wants. He married a cat. That might have been part of the marital strife there. But I think in his heart, if he didn't have this public image and this tremendous sense of this lack of self-worth and all that he's trying to overcome, he might actually be a cat guy deep down, but certainly he's living the dog person life, but maybe for the wrong reasons.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, we begin tonight's session. So, you guys tell me, what are you doing? Where are you headed? What do you need? I'll just control everyone else in the world and everything else in the world except you guys, and then I'm here for you if you need anything.
I need at least 3 days of rest.
I mean, that's what you want, sure. Take it up with the group. Take it up with the group.
So ×3 exhaust. Let's see. The battle rage zone against the Myrmekis. I think that should be one of our top priorities right now. I think all of our allies are currently fighting that, and then dealing with the plague in Mitros. I think those are the top 2 things. write this again. That should
Well,
be addressed.
I'm no wizard, but I feel like if we know right where PTOS' daughter is, we could just, teleport there or something. Solve that problem right away. And then go fight the Myrmidons, which I'm sorry about.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're sorry.
Well, yeah,
what
some
are
people
the-
should say sorry, I don't know. But, it is, it's what we gotta do.
I
Past
wanna ask Alice if she's still here. What the plague does, because it's in our city right now. What does it like do to you? Is there any way we can protect ourselves from it? Magical.
So she looks at you, particularly Anastasia, and there's a great concern to her. And she says, it drains their memories. At first, they forget small things, but then gradually they forget their childhoods, their past, and eventually they forget those around them, those they care about. They lose their sense of themselves, any sort of complex skills or magic, and eventually they forget everything. And once they have forgotten how to breathe, they forget how to live.
It's absolutely stricken by all of that. Oh, that's awful.
Indeed.
Well, it sounds magical.
How long does it normally take to kick in?
It affects each person differently. The stronger one's sense of self, the longer they hold on to their memories. But few last more than 3 days. We have tried isolating those who are infected, but new outbreaks appear in different places in the city.
So we're talking like Constitution saves, or
Kyra leans into you and says, "Charisma. It's charisma."
guys, I don't think I'm the right man for the job.
And then Kyra says, "Well, you have magics, maybe not as strong as Hypatia's, but you have to. Have you not been able to figure it out? The source?" And then Valis narrows her eyes, and the air around her grows cold. Things start to ice over with rime. And she says, "If I had been able to figure out the source and the solution, I would have taken care of it already." And then Kyra kind of nods like, this is why people think through what they're going to say before they say it. And just kind of stops talking. But Hypatia, you know how to deal with this plague? You're able to end it?
We think so. It might require some trial and error.
Sometimes that is how medicine works. Is there anything I can do to assist you? It is my city, after all.
When you scryed on her iPad, you said she was in the sewer. Do you have any plans for the sewer system?
No, it was a brilliant idea, but my husband, as you might recall, was not so impressed. He convinced the people that it was a bad idea in every possible way. Construction was halted, and now it just serves as a lair for monsters, more often than not. It was used by the Lady of Coins to get about the city quickly and unseen. So, for that, it at least served a useful purpose.
In sending to Moxena and ask her, maybe she'll have an idea of where the might be exactly.
Maybe she could lend us Heliodora.
If we can get a map, that would maybe be enough. But I mean, also, I can probably go right to her, so it doesn't necessarily matter, I don't think.
Valis says, if you decide to use a less magical approach, you have someone with you that knows the city and its layout quite well. And she kind of smiles at Chandras. And Chandras kind of nods and says, yeah, if I still have access to the palace archives, I can find us the most recent map. We can calculate a route to her based on all of the initial outbreak areas. Get a sense of where she might be wandering or holding herself up. Unless you just want to teleport to her. That works too. And saves time.
Probably best.
I know that you need rest, but these people are losing themselves, their memories, everything they are, with each passing day. Can you manage just one more thing before you rest?
I need at least one day.
I think we all do. Valis says, delayed assistance is superior to no assistance at all. I will return home immediately and continue my efforts to isolate the infected and prevent any further spread.
And where on the map is the battle for the Myrmekis, or it's just kind of everywhere?
This pink area?
Oh, you probably said that last week. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Big X. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Astoria is the closest.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are.
So the front lines, as it were, is up here. So right at the edge. Yeah, they're trying to hold back. They've pretty much abandoned all of that territory, including all of these new and reclaimed settlements. The barbarians, the centaurs, the wild folk. They just had to kind of pull out.
Okay.
Are the barbarians and the wild folk, are they fighting alongside?
Those that are left, yes. Those that have not
cool.
been dragged beneath the earth by the Myrmekis. The Myrmekis are apparently repurposing organic matter, making it more efficient.
Oh my god. Please tell me you don't watch Hunter x Hunter. Like, I'm not ready for Come Here, Antark.
Mm. I mean, it doesn't have to be your fight. They might be able to do it on themselves on their own.
It's our fault. No, we can't. It's our fault. Alright, Patty, let's go to battle. I'll sing you bedtime story.
Right. So, with all of your hellish pregnancies terminated, your hell diseases, your hell fatigue still lingering for many of you, you head into the guest wing of the Palace of Astoria? Question mark.
I mean, I guess I'll go sleep in a tent outside, Phil.
Well, I was gonna leave it for Phil if Phil wanted to, be.
No, Phil gets them all one average.
Go
room.
explore Wood Hike for the first time
To
in the
share.
entire camp.
They just get an average room.
An average room, so they share one guest room amongst everyone. Okay.
I don't know if Honora would let Phil do that.
No, I was about to say, you are pulled aside by the Queen of Astoria, who informs you that these are not only your friends and your family, but the most powerful heroes of this age and perhaps any other, and we are not going to slight them because your friend Hypatia is one bad day away from being the next big problem, and I'm not going to have her thinking about the time that I made her share a room with everyone.
Do what you want. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Phil goes
she,
back to his chair and turns on the TV.
So she goes and gives you guys all very nice rooms. Astoria is not nearly as extravagant or as large as Mitros, so you will be doubling and sometimes tripling up in these sort of guest suites as they were. But you won't all be in one room at least.
Phil doesn't sleep. He kind of just stays up with Pythor and plays with the kids all night.
Okay.
Until they tuck her out, at least.
Okay.
Well, before we go to sleep, I will, to speed things up, I'll use my last spell slot to and 100 gold dust to. I'll do another great restoration on Padia to give one extra, because you can only get one per rest, right?
You only get one what?
Level of exhaustion.
Recover from a level of exhaustion.
Correct. Yep. You would need to use greater restorations to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, then I will only have one level of exhaustion.
It shouldn't be. Yeah. Like resources at this point should be relatively manageable.
I've hit dice to do another one, actually. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll spend 5 hit dice and I'll do another one. And then there you'd be good. And then I can get rid of mine tomorrow.
Okay.
2 levels gone, and I'll just remove 1. Probably have the best night's sleep in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, even the sleep the meager amount of sleep you had was only sort of the memory of sleep or the perception of sleep. You know, as you walk through the different layers of those hells, I mean, it was all sort of a metaphysical experience anyways. So it's just, yeah. All right. Does anybody have anything they need to do before this, the day ends?
No, I think pretty much be.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I feel like even if Phil will listen, I think Anna will sneak off and apologize for what she did. But there's not much to that because I'm not sure he would even listen or respond. But just so it's out there.
Kind of just says like, okay.
Yeah, and then that's as best as she was gonna hope for.
Fair.
It is sincere, and I thought it was the right move. Didn't want to see you die, your brother or Ventus. But yeah, then she goes back to bed.
Okay. You guys awake the following day early and have gained the benefits of a long rest. Anna, during the night, Kyra is just sort of crying a bit. And sort of wakes you up with her tears. And
What's wrong?
she
What is
says, I didn't mean to wake you. I guess I'm still just processing everything we did. All that hell for, I don't know. I'm just worried that Hades, I mean, can we trust him? We already, when the decision was made, we were tired. We were worn thin. There was nothing left for some of us. We just couldn't take another step. Not when a solution was presented. I just can't help but wonder, was that part of the test? Was that part of walking the path? Was Phil right? Were we wrong? Like, did we cost him everything? Did we cost us everything? Did we need that power to succeed at whatever comes next? Did we stand right at the finish line and throw the race?
I don't. We'll never know.
But it haunts me, Anna. Not knowing.
I understand. Yeah, it was a hasty move. I didn't see any other way. I didn't want to see Phil die. But maybe there's something else in your brother's notes that we can find. Maybe there's another way. There has to be. If we need to, we'll find it.
And it's hard to believe that Narcissus is just dead. I mean, he was always a fool and a coward, but it just sounds like in the end he found his courage and it just got him killed.
I'm sorry we weren't here to help him.
I don't know. I'm starting to feel crazy. I didn't trust him either. My own brother. And I was afraid of his inevitable betrayal. Like, I don't want to live like this. But it just feels like when it comes to this power, chasing power, seizing power, controlling power, everyone just changes. Everyone just starts to fall apart. Or maybe it's not that they fall apart. Maybe who they really are, who they are in the most like basic way is brought to the surface. I don't know.
They're all legitimate concerns. I don't know. We can only see and hope for the best. But once this is over, finally have some peace, hopefully. That's what I keep moving towards. That's what I want. To be happy with you and our daughter. And then, yeah, she'll just kind of pull her close if she's willing, and then, yeah, we'll just kind of sit there for a while, maybe looking up at the stars, and we're trying to get back to sleep.
Fair enough.
I wish I had a better answer for her, but I don't. Not right now.
All right. In another well-appointed guest suite, Hypatia, you finally slumber. There are dreams of chasing mice and stealing eggs, big tangled snake orgies, but beyond your small minor dreams of your hair, there's your dreams. And in those dreams, you stand with Chandras, holding his hand, looking out the beautiful coast and the shimmering sea beyond. The sun is setting, and the colors just paint across the islands, the shore, the sand, the water. Shades of light pinks and purples, fading blues, darkening as the sun continues to set. You feel at once the hand that you are holding change. That aura, when you are near and touching Chandras, is so familiar and so comforting and so welcoming that as soon as it is gone, let alone replaced by another, you know immediately. You look and you see Lutheria standing next to you. She is of a normal size, standing about 6.5 feet tall. And she looks at you.
I feel like I would reaction Misty step away.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Involuntary.
Yeah. So in a dream, you snaking tendrils of magic are left, and you kind of appear further away from her. And she says, "You've been very busy, haven't you?"
Or just be quiet and stare.
Oh. You're the only one of the chosen that I reached out to in all this time, and you would treat me with such coldness?
What do you want?
What do I want? I thought I knew. I thought I had it all figured out. I walked the path just like you. And I found what I was seeking, just as you did. But have you ever worked so hard to get the thing you thought you always wanted, only to hold it in your hands and tremble with fear?
No.
I thought perhaps in all the lives you've lived, all your turns around the clock, you might have had such an experience.
Those weren't me. Never happened to me. Anyway, I think about what I want before I go after it. I know the consequences. I know the risks. I accept them. Or I don't do it.
If you could save everyone who will be, but you had to get rid of everything that was, would you?
That makes no sense.
You see that she is openly weeping from all three of her eyeballs. And she kind of just stares at you from, the 30-ish feet distance that you've kind of placed between the two of you. And at this point, the sun has set and night has fallen, and the shadows cling to everything. And she says, "Are you not the goddess of wisdom? Can you not hear my prayers?"
I don't think I ever have. Would I have?
Not to your knowledge.
No. Okay. No. I just continue to look at her like I don't know what she's talking about. And probably kind of subtly, some snakes are trying to bite me to wake myself up.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. She says, "I see. I must figure it out on my own. Unless you stop me. Then I won't have to make the choice. But you're doing well. You're doing well. I left you so many little surprises along the way. Don't give up, okay? Don't you give up. Okay?"
I never give up.
And then she just walks off the cliff. And you wake up.
I think I would get up, go.
Chandra's former street urchin, and political person in a world where politicians kill each other all the time, immediately wakes up with a knife, because under the pillow, and he sees you and says, "Is something the matter?"
Weird dream. Maybe something I ate.
I can brag to you right now that I was enjoying the dreamless sleep. Do you need me to stay up with you?
I think I just need a drink, a potion, something.
All right. And he's out again. Just
yeah. I will find some very strong alcohol, have a lot of it, and go back to sleep.
Fine. would anybody else be dramatically awake to run into Hypatia while they are pouring themselves a heavy drink in the middle of the night? Or is everyone sleeping soundly in their beds?
She may walk past Phil and Pythor.
Oh, like staying up super late, you're retelling
yeah.
him all the stories? Okay.
Yeah. Phil wasn't even planning on sleep.
Okay.
It would depend on where you keep your decanters of strong alcohol.
Right next to the cheesy potatoes.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
Well, then I would probably interrupt you and just say, sorry, excuse me, need a drink.
Hypatia, come on, get in here. Drink with us. Phil was just telling me about the Banshee Canyon or whatever with the ladder again. Oh man, I would have loved to see that Banshee for myself.
I just kind of distractedly nod. I will mention that rod was very useful.
Wow, I mean, really, when you saw the schematics, was there any doubt it was going to be the greatest weapon ever conceived?
I admit that I did not imagine when we would need a ladder. And yet, we did.
And you never know. You never know. Well, feel free. Anything here is yours for the taking. And you see a spread of just the greasiest, cheesiest, fishiest comfort foods just laid out. They're obviously keeping the kitchen staff up all nights to keep bringing out appetizers. And of course, many decanters of wine and harder spirits, including the Dwarven Fire Whiskey from Vulcan's, personal stash.
I'll go straight for the vodka.
Okay.
Just needs to taste good, just needs to do its job.
Why are you up so late?
Dreams? I don't know if it was real. It was real.
What?
Lutheria came to me in a dream.
Pythor immediately sobers up.
Crazy as usual. I couldn't make head nor tail of it.
Did you have like a dream fight? Sometimes I have.
Was it really her, or were you just having a dream about her? Because I mean, we all sometimes have those kind of dreams, and I mean, they're totally normal.
Still shoots a glance at Pythor.
What?
Not of her. Well,
she's as crazy as she's ever been.
Yeah, it was probably her then.
Talking about ending the world to save it. I don't know. We still need to find her. Anyway. Thanks for the, and I'll head back to my room.
And as Hypatia exits, Pythor turns to you, Phil, and says, well, that can't be good.
Yeah. We almost had what we needed to stop.
Maybe. Even her own brother couldn't stop her. Hell, I don't even know what there is to stop.
Yeah, I don't know what she meant.
She came to me when I was on the island. She offered to take me down off my tree if I swore an oath of service. She said it wouldn't be more than a decade of work, and that it would be the greatest thing I'd ever done. That I would be keeping you and our descendants safe, setting them free. But you know how she is, I don't know. I'm not the wisest guy, you know. It all just sounded like so much nonsense.
Look, even a fool would say no to her.
But yeah, I guess so. But a lot of fools don't. A lot of fools haven't. And I think plenty more will continue to say yes.
Yeah. We'll probably have to kill her.
Well, I'll drink to that. And he just picks up like a 55-gallon barrel of mead and just like, shotguns it.
I did get with my 55-gallon barrel of meat.
Alright, fair enough.
Shotgun my own.
When you have constitutions that high, it takes a lot. You're just constantly digesting. Alright. Anything else happen that night? Or do you wake up for the morning? Okay, so you wake up, you've gained the benefits of a long rest, and all the things that go with it. Half of your hit dice, 1 level of exhaustion is gone. And your spell slots, long rest, and short rest abilities are back. Just a little, just some tutorial text at level 18 that I thought I'd throw in there, so.
So if it wasn't there, so.
I'll make sure everyone gets a healthy and nutritious breakfast. And then...
It's cheese potato omelets.
The economy of Woodhike has been restored with with you and your father's return. You guys are funding all the war efforts. So.
Probably munching on some raw meat of some kind.
So weird, I can prepare all of my teleport spells again to, completely change my plan.
What, you didn't, stick into the same spell list for 10 sessions? For sorcerers?
But they have so many other cool things going for them. Anyways.
I know how Kyra is feeling in the morning.
Yeah.
And I would probably go and bring her some of the food, stay in bed for a bit, and then take some extra time in the morning to cast a couple greater restorations to recover from my exhaustion.
I'm probably getting the walkthrough from Vulcan about. I guess he's in his dragon form. About the flying airship, how it all works.
Yeah, so he does take you aside and explain that it does use It's powered by the heart of Kentimane, so you don't need to worry about any sort of enslaved elementals. He's past that. He's grown out of that phase. He understands now, with his, with everything that's happened, that you don't enslave elementals that right.
You enslave titans.
Well, he says, well, I don't really want to enslave anyone anymore, but if I had to, I guess Titans.
Oh, I'll ask him if he's heard of anything called a primordial. Because Hades referred to Kentimane instead of a Titan as a primordial.
Ah, yes. So, basically, the primordials, they were there at the very beginning of all things. Though some scholars argue that there never was a beginning, because time is infinite. So how could there be a beginning or an end to something that is infinite? But suffice to say, the primordials have been around a bit longer than everyone else. So, yeah. They generally are very strong. Like gods in their own way, but not dependent so much on followers and belief. Their power is pure. It's self-contained. You could think of it like this. Here we go. Gods are poor. They rely on the currency of belief to truly maintain their power. There is a constant draw from the divine that pulls and feeds. It needs always to have something to consume. If a god doesn't have followers, petitioners, send in that energy, send in that belief, send in those thoughts, those prayers at them, then the source of their divine power begins to consume them, like what's happening with Phil and Hypatia. But a primordial, well, they're independently wealthy. They're their own energy source. They have as much power as they need, and they never run out. That's why in olden times, when gods would begin to wane or seek a shortcut to power, they would go and challenge the primordials, take from them the power that they had inside, and that would sustain them for a good long while. I haven't suggested this to Phil nor Hypatia, because, one, I don't even know if they should be using those sparks, and two, it don't seem right to me. I took part in them sacrifices when I was a god, and I tasted the end of everything that was sacrificed to me's absolute existence. The creatures you sacrificed, they never got to move on. They never got a chance to be put back into the cycle or to go on to the next place. They went right here. And he rubs his stomach. I still and always will carry the burden of that. It's different than a beast hunting down and eating another, because you only consume the meat. You only eat to survive, because that's the natural order of things. And then the spirit of whatever you killed, it gets another chance. Not when gods are concerned. Gods, divinity, the divine, that's a greedy path. That's a greedy beast. It takes and it takes. And it only gives back to lure in more prey. Miracles. Just a pretty show. To keep the fans, as my daughter might say.
Hopefully we can find a way to solve this somehow.
Yeah, you did last time. I'll be honest, I really didn't think any of you guys were going to make it, so, I was just kind of hanging out, moral support, so, but you did, you pulled it out in the end. I think a big part of it was, Sydon was a bit too big for his britches, a bit overconfident. He thought he had allies where he didn't. I thought he had strength where truly he had weakness, and he lacked any sort of mind for true strategy. He was all strength and foolhardy courage. He was all the rage of the storm and the sea, without discipline. And his own family, well, most turned on him, or simply stepped aside. You lot have each other, and you have us. And I dare say that counts 100 times what any fool god's divinity might. So, when are we taking this baby out for a spin? I know you're all about that teleporting now, but I'm gonna be honest, it hurts my feelings a bit that I worked so hard on this airship for you, and you're just gonna be teleported everywhere.
Oh, I definitely want to take this thing out. But we'll see if we can convince Hypatia to do the same.
That's pretty fast. Don't have to worry about the roads. Or the seas. But I'll be standing by. Whatever you decide. I promised Honora I wouldn't go to the front lines to fight. I'd stay here and wait for Phil and you to return. And now that you're here, I want to stand beside you, no matter what comes.
Well, maybe you can help us talk from one creator to the other. We're gonna have to try to convince the creator of the Mermaid Keys to unmake his own creation.
Yes. But at least we know what needs to be done. It can be a very hard thing to turn against your greatest work. But we'll make it happen.
Give him a pat on the shoulder and then kind of head off to return to the rest of the group.
All right. Yeah, he continues work on the ship, which you notice is crewed by adorable bronze golems. I guess they're adorable if you like bronze golems. Maybe not if you had a traumatic experience at roughly level 5, where they almost blew everyone up. But like they're still. Anyways.
Whirling blades.
Yeah.
I heard there's an elevator in here.
Yeah, no. All right, so you guys meet to powwow. What is your play? Also, what is the free exchange of information? Does anybody catch anybody else up on anything? Do you withhold any information? How do you want to proceed?
I would not tell anyone about my dream.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
It would just make everyone more nervous.
Phil would tell everyone about her dream.
Oh, jeez.
Of
Okay.
course.
So so Hypatia, as soon as you sit down for
Really become a
breakfast,
family.
yeah, Kyra bangs her fist on the table and knocks her Fruit Loops over, and she says, "You had a dream about Lutheria?" I mean, we all have a dream about Thylea, but and that's totally natural. But the dream you had sounds like it was pretty unnatural.
A mouthful of Fruit Loops.
I just
Was it really her?
die.
I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it.
Was it like a reset dream? Did you guys have like incest sex and then like become like her champion? Sorry, Reset. Didn't mean to put your business out like that.
I just stare at Kyra.
So it was like that. Okay. Well, I love you no matter what you decide to do, Hypatia.
I look at Chandras and I'm like, is it too late to go back to bed? Are we sure? We could have one more day.
I mean,
Oh,
the world
fine.
keeps turning, and things aren't getting better on their own.
just wish my friends weren't so exhausting sometimes.
You hear that, Phil? You're exhausting. That's what I heard. It's just a rumor.
Wait, were you talking about me?
Also, it might look like I peed my pants, but I spilled my milk, the cereal milk. That's why it looks like I peed myself. So nobody make any jokes or think that that's what happened.
Good to know.
Look, I just thought it was pertinent information.
It's fine. I gained no information from it. She is as crazy as she has always been. And she is definitely up to something. And it will be a problem.
I mean, it sounds like she wants to end it for everyone. So, yeah,
Well,
might be a problem.
didn't they say something was happening at the Heart Tree? Creatures were appearing from there.
Well,
If she's trying to wake her mother.
one step at a time. We have to do this plague before we can do anything else.
Right. Well, the airship's ready to go.
If Thylea does some rigging, we need to have something figured out. So we're definitely not ready for whatever that means.
I have a sleep spell. I'm sure that'll work. And I laugh a little manically.
It was a very unanimous decision across the whole Odyssey of the Dragonlords community.
Really strong.
Now that you guys have stronger stuff now, for sure. Like literally wishing to change the universe. So
We just now wish her to sleep.
yeah.
Oof.
A good example of the flexibility but continued limitations of the wish spell is and I can't remember if this is the official 5th edition stance or not, but to kill a Tarrasque, the only way to actually kill a Tarrasque and stop it from, essentially regenerating from the smallest piece back into a Tarrasque or whatever is to wish it dead after killing it. Like, you can't even wish a Tarrasque dead with a wish spell. because it's such a strong monster, essentially. They don't have any reason to explain that. I would assume in our rule set, it comes down to like Paragon defenses, right? Like the Tarrasque gets like a message and it's it's user interface. It's like someone wants to wish you out of existence. You're like, I'll pass, and then they use Paragon defenses.
Don't show this message again.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Remember my choice.
But it can simulate any spell in the game, which is a hell amount of flexibility. Also, you guys are infinite wealth cheat code, so there's that.
All right. Well, I will scry. God, I can't remember her name, but I will scry her
Maya.
and see. Yes, Maya. I will scry Maya and see
Okay.
where she is and what is going on.
Okay. When you scry her, you see a very sickly looking, kind of diseased almost, girl. Just a little girl. And I mean very little, because this is a halfling girl. So just the smallest, tiniest little thing. And she is sitting in the darkness of the sewers, on a platform, and you're scrying as also sound, right? Yes. Scrying's the whole shebang. You can hear the trickling of water, and you can see that she is playing with some dolls. The dolls, they are dirty, but other than being a bit dirty and kind of beat up, they don't have like huge like spooky horror vibes or anything like that. And she has let's see, she has a smaller one and a larger one, and they're very like basic, just like plain wooden dowel heads and little like rag bodies, that kind of thing. And she is just sort of talking to them, and she says to the little doll, "Don't worry, Maya. He will come. He will find us. It will be just like this." And then she has the larger doll kind of like stomp in, and it says, "Where is my Maya? Where is my Maya? Where did she go? I have looked for her everywhere." And then she kind of, plays out the scene of the two dolls being reunited. You kind of tilt the camera, like the magic camera, like kind of like zoom in on stuff. And
Yeah.
serendipitously, for your dungeon master who only has so many sewer maps, it seems to be the passage that you took so long ago.
Where the giant crab attacked us?
Wait,
I remember.
the passage where Popcorn Initiative died?
Yep. No, you did Popcorn all the way through that arc. We did it for the whole arc, but yeah.
Well, us and 4 of our friends are ready to teleport into the sewers.
Right. Who are you bringing?
I would try to persuade Chandras to stay behind. I do not know if it will work.
He will actually stay behind if you ask him to.
we could have the B team take since we won't actually be taking the flying ship. They could take the airship over to Mitros while we teleport. So by the time we're finished with things, they should be over there.
Well, we could probably take the B team and then have the Vulcan and the crew fly in.
That's what I meant. Just take any B team members we don't use.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so you teleport ahead, and then you tell them where you're going, and then they fly over there.
Yeah.
I was thinking that we take the airship, make it into a war airship, and go fight the merman.
I mean, yeah, we can also do that. After this.
Well, that's the question. Is that the first thing you're going to do is go to Mitros?
I thought so. I thought that was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that decision was kind of made.
All right. So yeah, then tell me who the 4 people you want to bring with you are, if you're going to bring anybody.
Be scared to go. Even if there's the smallest chance.
You're scared? He said charisma saves.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I've rolled 2 ones before. In very important moments, like saving Bullcrack's life. Trying to help. Anyway. I also
Well,
feel...
Callister would be good for that.
We're definitely
But I
bringing
also
Cairo.
I feel responsible. I need to see this through. So I'm definitely going. But would you be able to do that magic field you did before to protect us from the? Or would that not work? Then it's like divine curse or something.
Yeah, my concern would be it might not work.
Okay. And obviously PTOS has to come, so...
Does PTOs count?
No, PTOS. Well, shit. I guess a ghost is still a creature. So, yeah. I guess if you left without him, he would have to slowly drift across the lands to catch up with you. So yeah, I guess he would take up a seat on the plane.
Okay, then yes. So PTOs, Callister, Kyra. My inclination would be to leave Zabrox with Chandras.
Make sure he doesn't do it.
Yes. Yes. I will let them know that I want them to start planning the recovery and restoration of Mitros. It's important work.
All right, Cyber, you're up to the plate. Time for the big leagues.
I mean, he looks around and he says, "Really? This is my time? I will do it. I will go."
Actually, yes, Cyber's got a really good ability for this.
Well, maybe he can help calm the girl down if we suddenly appear and scare the
Help her calm down with his petulant or his petulance ability. Which one are we eyeballing here?
I just meant, young dragon, his cuteness. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I guess some people think Cyber's cute. Yeah, all right. Look, you could critically fail any social check.
Oh,
Because it has a reaction.
It's perfect.
I could, if we don't want to bring Cypher, I could bring my magic goldfish.
That's true.
Thought he was out saving the world.
Oh yeah, he was out there on the Pegasus.
With Flora.
Yeah. I mean, Cyber he's ready. He's ready to do this. He'll come with you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Since we're gonna be teleporting a lot, let me grab this. Paste it over here. Move it to the front. So we'll make this teleportation circle where you hero stack for your away missions. There you go.
Oh, there he is. He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out down in the corner. See you.
He likes to watch. So.
Brand new TV show.
He's got a one monitor on his desk where he's doing all the paperwork for all the dead people. He's just seeing how things are going. All right. So Soul, we're set. Cyrus, we're bringing Cyber. Hell yeah. Who else you bringing? You bringing Pythor? Or are you giving Pythor a chance to rest?
Pythor's on Grandpa duty.
Okay, fair enough. Francis?
I think we're maxed out at Kyra.
Oh, because you got Ghost of PTOS. Okay.
Yeah. We have a 9 creature limit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Soul to get affected by the plague, so I'll probably have her behind too.
So Kyra's staying behind too, huh? So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I thought Kyra was dead.
Oh, is she coming? Okay. All right.
Oh, I mean, I feel like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who's the 9th one?
Oh, Callister.
Oh, Callister's coming. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys all tell us how Air Hypatia flies.
Well, really, it's just lots of math type shapes drawn on the floor, and then sort of once we all get in our math shapes, they kind of rise up from the ground, and then once they go down, we're in a new place.
Oh, okay. Sounds very Star Trek.
Yeah. That was the goal.
Wow.
Okay, you succeeded.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. There's nothing more math nerd than Star Trek. Where do you want to appear? Like right next to her, a safe distance from her. What was your
if there were a corner, like around the corner.
Around the corner. Okay. You want around the corner dead end, or you want the round the corner possible retreat?
Around the corner possible retreat.
Fair enough. All right.
I don't want her to be able to retreat either.
Okay. All right. And let's see. We'll have PTO slip into his ghost costume. Thanks to FoundryVTT.
Spooky.
Is he a blue jet? You think he's a blue Jedi ghost kind of guy? I feel like he's a blue Jedi ghost kind of guy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then we'll give him a little. He'll be flying, even though he's not flying. Nah, you know what? He's too classy for that shit. All right.
Walking.
All right. He walked into this world, and he'll walk out of. Wait. Well, anyways. All right. So you guys are back in the sewers of Mitros. It was just around this corner that big purple slimes came out, started slashing everybody up. Good times. You could hear her. Oh, let me change the music out. Hold on. Let's see. No, hold on. Okay. All right. You hear her around the corner. And she's just softly crying.
I feel like this is maybe for someone who is good at talking to people and being nice to them, and I'm not really good at that.
Oh,
Okay. Everyone turns all at once to Anastasia.
okay. Which corner was it? Was it this way or that way?
It is ahead and to the left.
Is that up or down? On the.
Okay. This dead body is not just ambience. It's actually just a dead body down there. So.
Sorry, was it north or?
Oh yeah,
south?
north and ahead and to the left is where the crying is coming from.
Okay.
So presses the red button on his rod and ignites the flame cone.
What?
Okay.
Okay, stay back.
I can't see.
You got those goggles, remember?
Oh shit. I left him at home.
Bit of a creep down. I also can't see anything. I should have dark vision.
You can't see anything?
No, I can see a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Oh.
check. It's been a while since we were on this map. Let's see.
I don't think I'm seeing through me. I think I'm seeing through reset.
Lighting. Oh, I'll just turn on unrestricted for you guys on this map. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
You able to see now?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the smallest child maybe you've ever seen. I don't know how many halfling children you've seen. You guys never went to Wood Hike. But it's very small. Small both because they are a small child and also small because halfling. And she's just sort of crying. The two dolls described by Hypatia are just sort of kind of laid to either side of her. And she's just kind of covering her face in her hands. It is pitiful. Anna, I need a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
You need to make it blind.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is a match. Well, you'll
So that would be the let's
Ghost?
say that'd be the
No.
little ninja, the ninja.
Ninja, not
So
the
you got
private
secret
investigator.
agent. Yeah, you got secret agent, ninja, and ghost. You're gonna do.
Okay.
Okay. I'm assuming that you would do anything you could to pass these checks.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it was magical, I would cash it by advantage against magical things.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, magic is good. Okay. So you would say be willing to succeed at a cost.
Absolutely, every time without hesitation.
Okay. Let's see what happens then. All right. You burn out one of your spell slots, fortifying your mind against the effect that this child is having.
Okay. And I'll just as quiet as I can. I'll just be. Psst.
Okay.
Try and get her attention.
She looks up. And she seems scared for a second and starts to kind of crawl back and press her back against the wall.
What are you doing down here?
I'm lost.
Well, I can help. Let me.
I don't think you can. there was another beautiful lady, and she said she was going to help me too. But she just left me here.
I promise I will not do that.
She left me in the dark.
We can make some light. Would that help?
She nods, wiping
Okay.
away tears.
Okay, I cast light just on my my little necklace. It's a little brighter in here, and I'll go after that. I'll say, I have someone here very much wants to see you again. Would that be okay?
Who is it?
His name is Petio.
That's my Potter's name.
He's a friend of mine.
The lady, she said that if I stayed here, he would come for me. I believed her, but then I started to think maybe she was lying. But maybe she was telling the truth. Did you know her?
I know her.
She was a big lady. She had, horns like a deer and flowers in her hair. She was very nice and very silly. And she had a big eyeball on her forehead.
That is kind of silly, isn't it? Is it alright if I come closer?
Why would she make me wait here in the dark? Why wouldn't she stay with me?
I think for adults it's hard.
A man came down and found me, but I got scared and I think I heard him. He's just floating there for days.
And she points down to the guy we saw earlier in this.
Yeah, she nods.
Okay. When was the last
And
time
I-
Oh, you got some.
While they're talking, and especially when Anna was potentially affected by
Yeah.
her condition, could I tell if that was like an ability or like an aura? Let's
It is
put it
a-
that way.
Give me an Arcana. You're more than likely going to be able to figure this one out. Oh no. Okay. If you had to guess, you would say it's more like a layer effect or a regional effect. Yeah, similar to how some powerful entities, when they settle in an area, the area starts to change to reflect that. So when you were at the Dragon Island, or the Island of the Dragon, I can't remember whatever Hexonia is now. You know, all the birds, all the bees, all the animals, all the plants were spies for Hexia. Could be weaponized. All the plants grew sharp and cruel thorns and things like that. So you think that this is more or less just because she exists.
So probably not something she could control, even if she were older and more experienced.
Correct. She is, as was discussed in previous sessions, she was specifically targeted for removal because she was a dangerous anomaly. So if the weavings of fate were more like a computer program, that she is like a potential virus, and so she was killed. As soon as they were made aware of that, and then she was kept at a very special place in the Nether Seas, so that she could not cause any more problems. She herself has absolutely no idea why any of this has ever happened to her.
As
Oh, because you have your network up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's see, I don't all come out at once. It might frighten her, and it might accidentally trigger whatever's affecting her. So I'm just gonna go out, I'll continue, and I'll just say, when was the last time you ate? Would you like something to eat?
Okay.
Is it alright if I come closer?
It's okay with me if you come closer.
Okay.
But wait, are you telling me the truth? Did you really? Is my father with you?
Yes.
Why can't I see him?
Give me just a moment. I'll go and motion behind me.
Yeah.
Is he like locked to you all times?
In a sense, yes. She is his tether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say, yeah, he's hanging out with my friend. She has very silly snake hair, but the snakes are nice.
Like a Medusa?
A little bit.
Oh. But a good Medusa?
Yes. Very good Medusa. The best Medusa.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and then I'll push my Patty to come by so she can see him.
How far away can Pedios go from me?
Oh, probably about 30 feet or so. Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of want to get. I'll come up behind
Your
Anna.
little Geiger counter.
Not like this is patient zero of a divine reality altering plague. I mean, should be fine. Petios' voice catches in his ghostly throat, and he says, Maya. And he rushes towards her.
Oh.
And then, as he does, he stops, as if being pulled by chains. And she rushes.
Fine.
She gets up and she rushes towards him. And she embraces him, and he embraces her. And he says, "I told you I would come for you. I tried so many times. But I'm here. I'm here." And she just kind of like is crying and saying, Potter over and over and over again. They're holding each other in so much as they can, because he's like, a spirit. And she says, I was looking for you because I wanted to tell you something. I wanted to tell you something that the big lady told me to tell you. And his eyes like narrow, and his brow like bushes together. And he says, this big lady, she has blue skin and 3 eyes. And Maya says, yes. She told me that if I waited here, that she would come for me. And that I should tell you that you don't have to try anymore. that if you want, we could go together. That we could be together. But we can't stay here. And Anastasia and Hypatia, you just kind of watch as he holds her, and he just like sobs. And she says, we can go back now? Back to the Nether Seas. You and me together, Potter. We could be together forever now. Right?
I'll like to send a message to Hypatia and ask her, do you think hell would take both of them?
Likely yes, but I don't know if that would be good for the little girl.
At least they'd be together.
True.
Well, Strayus asked us to look for these missing souls, and she's one of them, so I feel like we'll probably have to make some kind of deal for that, but maybe we can negotiate for that.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, I was thinking of trying to transfer care of Petios to Astraeus, because Astraeus will be able to uphold Hell's agreement.
Like a subsidized trade.
Yeah.
I mean, it would still honor the original timeline of the original contract, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you explain any of this to Petios on the network? I think ghosts are allowed on the network. They're a creature.
Not yet.
Okay. She says, but if you need more time, maybe we can just... Here. And she runs off with her little bare feet. And she brings back her dolls. We can play with these dolls. I found them. And he sits with her and goes through the motions of play.
Should we contact Astraeus?
Hypatia, I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Anastasia inspiration.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, you can save it. I'm almost certainly going to fail it.
Oh.
And I will use either Cyver or my legendary resistance. Oh, wait, you
Okay.
want this blind?
Yes, blind, yep. I don't want the DC revealed right away. So.
Okay. I will almost certainly fail. But I will
You most
do what is
certainly
needed.
Yep, you certainly failed. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So what resource are you going to use to dodge that one?
I will use my legendary resistance so that someone else can use Cyber potentially.
All right,
if needed.
fair enough. Okay. All right, yeah. So this is probably the most vulnerable and open you've ever seen Petios since you met the mysterious man at the docks of Exile Island. He is laughing openly and making silly voices and just sort of happy.
I feel like I would step back and kind of shoo Anna back so that we can give them some time.
You yanked him back from his daughter.
God damn it. God damn it. Okay.
She screams in panic.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
It runs
All
to
right.
him.
Oh my god, you almost triggered the nuclear.
He looks back at you, and then he looks at his daughter, who, as she rushed forward, a great shadow is cast by the girl a shadow far larger than her small size could ever cast. It is a broken and bulbous thing. Hunchbacked, long-limbed, and possessed of so many spines. He says, "Oh no, it is all right. I have a magic spell with my friend, and that is why I must stay close to her for now. It is this magic spell that helps me to find you." And then she says, "But if that lady goes, do you go too?" And he says, "We don't need to worry about that for now. Let us go get your dolls. Let us play. I will use the dolls to tell you the story of how I met these brave heroes." And so she rushes to get the dolls, rushes back, and he proceeds to tell stories about you guys that are very revealing about how he views each and every one of you. So
I will, as he's doing that, I will sending to Astraeus. I will say, "I found Maya. We also have Petios. We need to send them to the Nether Seas. Can you come get them?"
yeah. All right. Phone picks up. Astraeus says, "You found the girl. That's wonderful news. Yes, I can be there in a moment. Keep them there and keep an eye on her. Whatever
I
you
will.
do, don't upset her. You're
She's-
strong, but I worry about the collateral damage that she might cause."
She's playing with dolls with her father. I think she's okay for now.
All right. So, behind you guys, there is a tear in the fabric of reality as a crystalline spear cuts through and makes a portal. Stepping through, you see Astraeus, the god of death. He nods to all of you, and his gaze lingers on Phil, who he stares straight at.
Yeah, Phil's just staring at him. He doesn't nod back.
I'll nod to them and sort of quietly, actually probably via message cantrip, I will explain that we retrieved Petios from hell, but he must go back to her in 5 years.
Wait, slow down. From hell, like one of the hells that you walked through?
No, from hell, the goddess.
I think that Hades guy mentioned her.
Yes.
This is what happens when a cleric dumps their instat and then gets promoted to a high-level management job. And he says, okay, well, I mean, he's a problem, but she's a bigger problem. I need to put her back in her cube.
Can he go with her?
I mean, if... And he kind of closes his eyes, and you see a light kind of behind the lids glowing. And he says, his soul doesn't belong here anymore. He can't stay.
He can stay for a time. He can't stay forever, but if possible, I would like for them to stay together forever.
I don't know what sort of deals that you're making, but I can't step on the toes of other deities like this without causing all sorts of ripples and waves and strife.
You wouldn't be stepping on toes. You would be keeping to the original deal. All I'm saying is perhaps Maya can go with him when he must return.
think that this is wise? This hell person? Do you think they're going to keep her locked away so she cannot harm anyone, or will they weaponize her?
I don't know, but I don't have it in me to separate them again. You should know why. And I look at Phil, and I send a little mental picture of Chandris.
It would be irresponsible to let her go, knowing what she can do.
You wouldn't be letting her go. You'd just be transferring her care to a coworker.
A coworker. Do you know how much paperwork I've had to read through since I met with that Hades guy? And what's the deal with that Hades guy anyways? It's like goth Sydon or something?
I just laugh at him.
Should be running things real well over where he's at. I mean, I pick a few things up. You know,
Strauss frowns at you and he says, I am trying my best with what I was given. This guy has had thousands of years of a head start. I am looking at options. I listened to his advice. We got a whole thing with weather that we're going to start doing. Like, it's called seasons. I mean, Kyra says, what? No! And he says, yeah. But it's good, though. And I can't believe no one thought of it either. So, you know how my wife and I were sort of like unable to see each other because she has to stay here on the surface to monitor life and birth and all that, and I have to stay in the underworld. Turns out, Hades was in a very similar situation. So what they did is they made an arrangement where she can come down and visit half of the year, but when she does, that causes fall and winter to happen. See, these Thyleans, they don't know what fall and winter is. I'm about to blow your mind, Apadia. There can be different types of weather that change throughout the year. So we're gonna try that. So get ready.
Why would you want weather where things fall on you all the time?
Oh yeah, trees. The stuff's gonna be falling. There's gonna be snow, not just on the mountains, but like everywhere. We're going full temperate climate. Yep.
Snow's not that bad.
See, Reset says snow's not that bad. Kyra says, you son of a bitch. The Mediterranean climate was the only good thing we had going for us, and you just threw that out the window. Ugh, now I'm gonna have to maintain 4 different wardrobes. Do you know that togas don't really work in the winter, right? And Estrella says, well, I thought it was a good idea, and he bet me.
So you're gonna change the way people have to live their lives so you can see your wife?
Yeah, well, listen to what I'm going to say. Hades bet me that he had a solution for my broken heart, and I have trouble turning down a good bet, and I said, well, I'll take that wager, and then he proved me wrong, and then when I said, well, what do you want in reply, and as I puckered my anus, getting ready for the worst, he said, release Pythor back to the lands of the living. So that's that.
So you did it when he asked, but not when I asked.
I did it because he explained to me. He explained to me that there's better ways. There's other ways to do it. That you can make a choice. You don't have to. You don't have to be afraid. I was afraid, Phil. It's a huge responsibility, and I don't want to end up like her. I want to do right by these people. I want to do right by their souls. I want them to go to the places that they have earned. I don't want them to languish in endless lines or fight for the amusement of demons in some arena. I want them to have a real afterlife. I want them to be respected and treated with respect. And that comes from order. It comes from rules. And maybe I was wrong, and I should have bent a little for you, my friend, and for him, my ally. But I was afraid that one allowance would lead to another, it would lead to another, that I would start to abuse my power just like the twins did, that I would be corrupted by the power that I was given. So yeah, I said no. I said no over and over when you asked, when you threatened, when you bargained. I said no. Because I was afraid, Phil. But speaking with Hades, I understand now that absolute law has its own pitfalls. Law is a tool that you can use to order and control. But if you become its slave, then it is you who is ordered and controlled. I see that now. I'm sorry I kept him from you. And I'm sorry for what he suffered. But it is not my place to end every broken oath's punishment. In fact, I still wonder where my comeuppance is for releasing him prematurely. Where are the Furies? Where is the Gigan of Fate? Is it truly that easy to just do whatever you want to abuse power? I'm happy for you and your family, and I'm happy for Pythor that he's free, but I'm disgusted with myself. And yeah, I'm adding fucking weather so that I could see my fucking wife. So you better get a nice, warm scarf, because you're gonna need it.
Makes a mental note to invest in some sort of animal that creates wool.
You still say more than is necessary.
He vanishes and reappears next to Hypatia and says, she needs to go. Every moment that she's here, the people of Mitros are in danger.
Okay. Calm down.
This soul is bound to you. Will you go with them? Should I lock you away with her?
We could transfer the tether.
He grimaces. And he says, whoever you transfer it to will have to be locked away with her.
Then why don't we transfer it to her?
Okay. You see the gears of his 8 intelligence score turning. And he says, oh, that's actually a really good idea. How long do you have stewardship of him?
5 years.
Well, by then it'll be too late for her to leave. At least I have that time.
How do you mean?
Well, I aim to make sure she doesn't escape from her cube. He pulls you aside and he says, Hypatia, what I'm going to tell you you shouldn't share it with the others.
Okay.
All right, and he heads in the secret chat.
Okay.
Also, don't think about it, or else we'll hear it over the network.
I mean, I
I'm sure you could choose
didn't
what
pinky
you
promise.
said. I'm sure you could choose. Oh. Okay, well.
Perhaps in that time, Strayus can interview with Hel to see if she can suitably take care of whatever she is.
Yeah. Greek tragedy.
Gives him
probably.
5 years to talk.
Greek tragedy.
If
Probably
we
Greek
give
tragedy.
this girl to Hel, we're gonna fight her in serpent seas.
Oh, that's the future. You didn't really care when you released the Murmur Keys.
I
We'll
thought
deal with
I
that
was
in the
doing
future.
good for people, for a being, you know. And I didn't release them. They figured out how to get out on their own. Or are you talking about releasing the Murmur Key Queen? Because look, I gave you guys ample opportunities to talk me out of that. Ample.
Look, Phil. Maybe I'll just Do you want me to teach you how to make like snowshoes?
I don't need them.
All right. You're gonna have some awfully cold toes.
Don't you remember the frozen hell we walked through? I was wearing these sandals the whole time.
But did the frozen hell have snow?
Didn't it?
Wasn't it just cold?
It looked snowy. But I don't know.
Does anybody know of a herd animal that may produce thick wool or something? We may need to invest in those.
A sheep?
What's a sheep?
I didn't know if sheep were common.
I think we have sheep. I mean, we have goats.
Get those goats from the mountains, you know, that have the heavy fur.
The goatlings.
The golden ram. He's got the golden fleece.
I heard there's a species of goatlings to the west. They're called sheeplings.
Oh no.
They're a lot furrier.
No, that's mean.
Do they throw poop and kill each other?
I haven't met one, so
Oh.
Maybe I could convince the Yetis to come live in the village and offer them trade for their fur.
Maybe in the winter. We get to winter. They get to migrate.
I mean, I guess we know what snow is. There's some places we've been to that have been snowy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the place we met the Yetis, the Tradicans.
Mhm.
Well, at least now we know it was in one of those cubes.
It would have been real strange.
This could have been the thing we saw in the cube.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, what is going on over there? I thought he was just telling her like a quick secret. I guess we could fight the little girl and find out.
So quiet. How's everybody doing this evening?
Splendid.
All right. Astreus walks over and he kneels down and he says, "You're Maya." And she says, "I know who you are. The big lady said that you're really dumb and really mean." Astreus swallows hard and he says, "I've made some improvements to your quarters. It's very nice and very comfortable now. And if you'd like, your father can stay with you for a time to see them and to be with you." And she says, "For a time? The big lady said forever."
I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna pull Astreus away again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, look, if we're supposed to deal with this, maybe you should trust us. Let them stay together. Give them both to help. Consider it. Just consider it.
Give me an intelligence. Give me an intelligence persuasion.
Okay.
Well, it's got 5 years to talk with Hell about it, right? See if she's okay. Person? God?
I use inspiration on this one. I
Okay.
really want this one to succeed. I feel strongly about it. Oh, I did well, it's supposed to be blind anyway. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right. He nods slowly, and he says, "Well, for now, you'll be in your quarters in the Nether Seas, but eventually, you will get to go see your where your father has traveled. And she says, I will get to travel someplace new? And Pythios looks at him, and Hypatia, you see that he is very confused about the situation. And he also looks a bit concerned. And then he says, let me tell you something. That lady over there is the smartest person in existence. She's the goddess of wisdom. And she thinks that you two should be together for as long as you like. And for now, that will be with me. And we will just take that one day at a time. And Pythios stares at him, and then looks down at Maya and says, let us see your place. Let us see your room and your where you stay. I am curious to see what sort of accommodations you have been given. As he stares up at Astraeus. And then Astraeus motions for you, Hypatia. Maya, you're going to need to talk to my friend Hypatia here so that we can get this sorted out. Then she looks up at you. Says, I like your hair.
I will squat down and ask if she wants to pet any of them.
I mean, yeah, she's into it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know that the one she petted no longer remembers its name. Or its favorite food.
That just means it'll get to try it again.
There. Oh, well done. Okay. She says, well, you can help us?
I think so. And I don't know how I would do it, but I would go about transferring Pythios' tether to her.
She must trade for it. You've seen Lilo and Stitch. Come on. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say, I'll say that your father is in my care, but he is a big stupid boy, and I don't want to take care of him anymore, so I think that you should.
My father is not stupid. He's very brave.
See? You'll do a much better job of taking care of him than I will. So, we have to make a trade.
I don't have much. I have these dolls I found.
They are very pretty dolls. Do you want them to stay together?
Yes.
Then I will take these dolls. And I will keep them together. And you make sure to keep your father safe.
It is a deal. And you feel the bond that you have with Pythios pass from you to her.
And I will stand back up, and I will nod to Astraeus, and I will walk away and surreptitiously inspect these dolls for anything dangerous on them, subtly casting Dispel Magic on them, just to make sure.
As you get about 30 feet away, you feel a slight tug from where, I guess, your heart, the center of your mass would be, and it pulls you towards Pythios, and then you feel a sort of a violent pull both up and down, and you know that the connection between Hell's ownership of this soul passes through you and to the girl.
Okay.
All right. I mean, these dolls are probably highly infectious. Like,
Yeah.
but the real infection is just her presence causing the regional effect, not so much like the dolls. But they're infectious because they are in a sewer and they're really gross. Like, that's the main reason that they're infectious. They're not gonna. Yeah, they don't have the plague on it, but yeah, they're pretty gross. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing prestidigitation could take care of.
Might I make a suggestion? Thematically, maybe the dolls can't be far from each other like parents can't.
Well, no, I was gonna keep them together. They go sit next to each other on a shelf.
No, but I just meant was aesthetically, if they like magically like couldn't be far from each other just like they can't.
That's a cool idea. Yeah. All right. Around the corner, you hear reality being sliced open, and Estrella says, "Right this way." Peachios, Maya.
Hi, Maya.
She turns and says, "Bye. I'm going to show my potter where I live, and this guy, he says it's nice now."
Better be. Look at Estrella.
You can see on Estrella's face that he's like, I really hope I made it nice enough.
Oh God. This is total old man.
And they disappear. He's like, "This isn't appropriate for a little girl. There's just a single bed in an iron room." And then he puts a table in there and he's like, "Perfect."
I also give Peachios a nod too before he leaves, just to...
As soon as they leave, I'll call out Hero Huddle. All right. So what Astraeus didn't want me to tell you, and I'm going to tell you guys everything.
All right. Well, you have to tell them then, because I'm not saying all of that stuff over again. It has to be telephone games for you.
Can we leave here?
Oh, okay.
Any lingering?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back.
Please.
Okay.
I'll 8th level teleport this time, and we'll head back to Astoria.
All right. So you guys head back to Astoria. All right.
Or well, wait. Did the airship came, didn't it?
Oh
so
no!
Maybe no.
Wait, well, why would
the
Wait! They rebuilt the Starbucks, so you guys could go and just hang out there. Sorry, it's not Starbucks. So it's the Nick Stag coffee shop. There we go. So yeah, the one that you guys watched destroyed during the Battle of Detroit.
I remember. Yeah, me and Kyra flew through it, and she grabbed a croissant.
Yeah.
Building was
just teleport to the airship.
Yeah. We'll just teleport to the airship.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have masks. We can't go in there.
If ever a business was to enforce masking, it would definitely be the Nick Stag coffee shop for sure. All right.
I thought we sent the airship. Start heading towards the. I guess it's real close.
It's only it's like a couple of hours to fly from Astoria to. It was only a long time because you guys were walking. This is a private jet essentially. Yeah. Yeah. So it should. Yeah, you guys were there for at least an hour or so. So they're you appear. I guess they're like halfway to Vitros already. So.
All right. So. As we get back to the airship, I'll say, so Astraeus says that maybe Versi's prophecy had nothing to do with Sydon at all. And maybe it actually had to do with all the stuff that's going on now, i.e. the apocalypse. Yay, we get to save the world again. Who's excited? Not me. So,
I mean, we were going to do that anyways.
I know, right? All these things that are happening, they're like anomalies of fate. Maya's one. All those things in the cubes in the underworld, they were another. Lutheria set them all free, by the way. And it seems that we, us five, are also anomalies, just like those, just like Maya's. Yeah, yes, that's a little concerning. But that our job is to deal with all of these anomalies and bring balance so that the apocalypse doesn't happen.
Why would you even say that? We would have just done it anyways.
I know, right? Like, why did he care? Why did he think I shouldn't tell you that? It was so weird.
Well, if the fate is decided, then we might have acted differently if we had known or not.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It was invisible.
But yeah, that was the gist of it. And maybe that was what Lutheria was talking about in that dream too. Because theoretically, if those things were locked up for another 1,000 or so years, maybe we'd all be dead by then, and it would be a problem. So I guess she let them free so that we could deal with them now.
See,
But
it's
also,
a good thing I told everyone about your dream. Now you don't have to explain. Go off the hide body.
Yeah, you were right, Phil. But anyway, high body, keep going.
no, that was basically it. That was the gist of it. That's what I took from it.
They had giant hourglasses on each of the boxes. They were going to get set free eventually, I think.
Yeah, they were going to get set free eventually. Like, apparently it's, I don't know, against the laws of the universe or whatever to actually keep them locked up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well,
how many are there?
Weren't there 5 cubes?
or 6, maybe.
6?
I'm
Six.
trying to keep track of everything. There's 6 anomalies. There are 8 things that Hades wants us to go get. The heart tree is all messed up. Or Meki War.
Let me put it this way. I suspect that these anomalies will find us.
Wait.
Don't
you
he also
remember that-
mentioned the lost souls. Are those the same things?
Maybe.
I mean, how much NPC help do you want? Like,
We're always open to NPC suggestion.
okay, Chandras asked to see your notes, Assyria.
Wait. But
Zamrock.
Oh, you're
Zamrock
one. Oh, you're
pretty
one of them. You're one of the lost souls, Chandras. Okay, I'll check that one off.
Wait, I am? He looks at the list.
Yeah. You were taken by Lutheria. Yeah. Put into a rock and given to Hades.
Well, did anyone... Alright. No, but honestly, Red, can you share the list with me? Because I can't actually see your list yet.
Well, no, I was just making a joke. Anyway, because
do you actually? I mean, so do you not have a list?
I do. As Chandras,
Okay.
Katya. Yeah.
Do you not hear that notebook fluttering?
Okay. I don't know how deep the role playing is, okay, but I'm telling you that it might.
Well, that first part was definitely role.
I might have convinced you that both I was Chandras and I could see your notes, but I cannot.
I'm that deep. All right.
Okay.
All right. So it was Chandras. It was Katya. Also missing, causing trouble somewhere, most likely. Melanie, who is a lich, who defined Lutheria by becoming a lich. Maya, we found her. Just check that off.
Check that off the list.
Sandro's currently leading a Mitros while...
Not to interrupt, but what do you think would have happened if you hadn't had Petios with you and you went to confront Maya?
Probably something very bad.
It's weird how things work out like that sometimes.
Asandros was a baby when he was killed, but he's clearly not a baby anymore. Brother to Gastus, apparently.
Is that something that a ghost can do? Just not be a baby anymore?
We'd have to ask Astraeus.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Astraeus really knows a lot about what's going on down there.
Was doing his best. Alright.
He's alright.
Yeah, Sandros is currently...
His best, he's adding weather.
I'm personally curious to find out what weather is like.
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Go up to the mountains.
I've interviewed some lost ones about weather, and apparently it's quite exciting. Alright, let's see. So Isandros is with the Queen, as we've heard, and she's been cozened into his schemes.
Yeah, with the help of Jonathan Actus, who was also with them.
Okay.
That's another one.
Just something about that man's name. I don't trust him.
It sounds strange, but what she was telling me, a lot of kind of interesting ideas. But
No, he sounds horrible.
I'll confess that a lot of the ideas that Valis discussed at dinner were actually pretty good ideas.
Oh yeah, if I'm gonna leave the Indigo, I need to be open to new ideas.
I mean,
Anyway,
it sounded like crippling your people with stupid taxes that don't make any sense.
Well,
yeah, but it was said in a really convincing way.
It's not. I don't know if it's
Probably
really
wouldn't go through it.
crippling them, Phil. I think that it's basically just making sure that the people are conditioned for leadership.
That sounds horrible.
I don't know.
Is no one gonna mention how he has two names? Is his name Jonathan or is it Actus? It makes no sense.
That was the thing. Astraeus has two names. So
all I wrote down is he knows too much. That's what Astraeus told me.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No. Continue. Who's next on the hit list?
We have a Krokonos, who is a lizard folk hero. He was killed because he was prophesied to eat a god. So
just a god? That doesn't seem too bad.
Oh, the god. Sorry. Kyra, you left a little smudge.
That is much worse. Yes. All right.
Maybe we befriend him and let him eat Luther.
But aren't you a god?
Well, yeah, but it's just a god. So why's it gotta be
the
me?
Gods.
It just feels like
Kyra left a little smudge here.
feels like a sheep has said, let's make friends with the wolf. I'm sure it will work out great. He'll be our wolf.
I mean, there was talk about sheep earlier. But
apparently we're going to need them to make scarves. I have such a fine neck. I don't know if I want to hide it. He kind of moves his head left and right. All right, who's next?
As an Abascanthus, who is a devil who used oaths to steal souls. Bad guy.
Wait. Do devils... What is devil, Hypatia? That's sort of like a daemon? But they don't have souls, do they?
He looks like a satyr fox.
Oh, so he's a fae.
Nature spirit. Yeah, fae.
Oh, all right.
Wait. Didn't we know a fox?
Wait a minute.
On the Indigo Isles.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was at the casino.
Oh.
He was at the casino, I think.
Wait. But if
impossible. He had a different name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a different name.
Yeah, and Lutheria released him, but he was there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't add up.
Zamrox goes and looks at Chandras and bonks him on the head. And then Chandra says, "Yes, I know. It's probably that guy using a false name." Yeah.
Okay, and then there's facilities.
All
killed
right.
by the worshippers of Thylea. He didn't want plants or animals to die.
Well, that sounds problematic.
Yeah. And there was Talus, and that's it. Talus' soul is still missing. Unless it's at the heart now.
Yeah, maybe at the tree.
We didn't find that meteorite that the elephants said that came down.
Well,
so
I'm not sure I like being listed with all these other people. Does that imply that I'm going to be causing problems at some point?
I don't know. Hey, these are just missing souls. We just gotta find them. We found you. There you go. I'll check it out.
Well, you encountered Astraeus. Did he mention me at all? Was there anything that he said that might be of concern?
I don't know. He talked to Hypatia for a bit.
No, not about you. I actually don't even think all of these souls are necessarily these anomalies. Some of them might actually just...
Well, that's what I was asking. They were the same thing, so, we could double down on what we're doing. Be really efficient.
Yeah.
Now, the cube that you lot explored that had the big behemoth creature inside of it, that thing was very big. The other cubes are of an equal size, but could it be possible that they contain more than one entity if they are of more manageable size?
I mean, certainly could be. We definitely know that Maya came out of one of those cubes.
Right.
I guess the big one's probably the God Eater.
No, that's a lizard folk. That thing was a mountain.
So probably maybe there's some sages at Fire Island we could ask. Maybe they have prophecies. That's where it sounds where it came from.
Do you really want to hear Baby Shark again?
I don't know what
I
Baby
mean-
Shark is, but I thought it was a pretty catchy tune at the time. But yeah, I understand why it's kind of grating. I'm sorry.
Well, Hypati
When music
said
comes to you, you just
these
kind of
things-
gotta let it out, right, Kyra?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Hypati said
Else
these
you
things
lose
are
it.
gonna find us. So why don't we just
Oh yeah, I mean, if you
Go
become
to the
gods,
mermaid
eventually it'll
piece.
come by and try and eat you. There you go. That's easy. No, that's a bad idea.
I suspect they'll cause problems. And as we become aware of problems we need to solve, we will find these people at the heart of these problems.
Hmm.
all I know is my people are dying fighting kids
Yeah,
right now.
we need to head
Yep.
to the.
Yeah, that sounds like a good next step.
All right. Chandra
Tyler.
says, well, the war against your creations or followers or the horrors that you unleashed on the world, I suppose, would take precedence over idle time spent trying to track down these elusive entities. We have a known problem that we could solve quickly. We'll have to let the others sort themselves out, I suppose. Have you given any thought to how to deal with these creatures?
I mean, they said that, or Hades, right? He's the one that said that the creator could only make that or extermination.
How do they operate? How do they work? My understanding is that they assimilate everything that they can see and sense and experience. At this point, they've had, 7, 8 years to gather whatever skills they felt were the most useful. Learn from each other after learning from others.
Well, they must have a new queen. We can always kill the new queen. That'll slow them for a bit while we work on. I'm so bad with names.
Talius.
Thalius. While we work on Thalius. Yeah.
Hmm.
The problem being, whatever we use against them, they'll use against us later.
Well, yeah, but that's why we convinced Thalius to unmake them.
Then it sounds like, before we do anything, we need to speak with Talius. Is that correct?
It
Yeah.
seems so.
I thought he was fighting over there.
Yeah, so I think we just head into the fray.
Chandra looks at Kyra. Kyra looks at him. And then Chandra says, well, we're all here on the boat and heading into danger. Would you perhaps like a pointless story and a briefing?
I smile this big and say, that sounds great.
All right. I just need a moment to prepare my presentation boards. And he runs below deck. Kyra's like, I'm all out of star stories. Gonna have to dig deep for this one. You see her reaching into her sequins mini backpack, and she's pulling out all sorts of stuff, looking at it, shrugging, stuffing it back in. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Okay. Hey, Chargers, hurry up! And he comes back up above deck, and he has his little tripod presentation stand, and he sets it up. All right. And so from the crow's nest, hair blowing in the wind, Kyra stops knitting the scarf that she was working on in preparation for autumn, and says, "All right. This is an original story that I wrote all by myself. So there was a guy named Victor Frankenstein, and he was a great scientist. It's kind of like an artificer, but better. Anyways, he wanted to gain mastery over life and death. But all of his experiments would end in failure. But one night, he had a great vision. Brilliance blossomed in the alcohol-addled recesses of his sad soul. But in that brilliance, there was a darkness, a willingness to do anything. And so he turned to the dark arts of necromancy, which no one had ever done before. I should have mentioned that. This is the first time it's ever happened. And then he went a little crazy at that point. He wouldn't just make someone rise from the dead, he would make the perfect man. And so he sorted through, night after night, the remains of so many dead. Only the best and most pristine parts would do. The sharpest eyes, the strongest heart, legs that could run and jump, arms that could climb and throw, a face as handsome as my departed brothers. But he dropped the ball when it came to the brain. He didn't have his readers, and he grabbed the one that was crazed psychomaniac instead of the one that said Nobel Prize winner. And he started drinking early. He had an alcoholism. Anyways, so he put the wrong brain in. They did more science stuff, and then the creature woke up, and he was so elated. He was so happy. He had fulfilled his life's purpose. But then, as many brilliant minds do, he started to question what he had done. He started to wonder what more he could have done, what better things he could have done. And while he was a brilliant mind, he was a cold heart. The creature he had made was something entirely new. Composed as it was of so many different bodies, it had no single soul. It was a child, lost and afraid in the world, and it turned to him for guidance that he, a man of science, of logic, could not give. In the end, the creation succumbed to its confusion, to its baser instincts. Without his guidance, without his love, without a father, it became a monster. And in the end, it had to be destroyed. But the creature was as brilliant as its creator, and it escaped. And some say, to this day, it's still out there. Anyways, that's it. I don't know. We don't actually know what happened after that. Even though I wrote the story myself, on a whim, on a dare, you might say. Anyways, back to you, Chandras. Chandra says, your story makes it sound like the Myrmikis are going to escape and that we're just wasting our time. I'm not sure. I mean, at least this one had something to do with what we were doing. I just feel like maybe it would have been a bit more encouraging if in your story we were successful. She shrugs. He says, well, here's what we know about the Myrmikis. They are a creation of the once god of craft, now Titan, Thylea. He spent a great deal of time prisoner of Lady Lutheria, blinded and deafened and forced to pole her barge through the nether seas. You heroes and Hypatia, wielding Titan's Bane, were able to free him from his confinement, and he joined us as an ally with the remaining freed siblings who lived. The reason for his confinement was the creation of these Myrmikis, creatures so powerful and dangerous that even his father, Kentimane, whose mind is ancient and primal, but whose instincts are strong, sensed in them a great evil. A potential for total destruction of all things. An unmaking of the world as we know it, and a remaking in their image of perfection. Truly, it broke Thalia's heart when his father imprisoned the creatures, and then turned his rage against Thalia's. Despite Lutheria's involvement, she used her silver tongue to avoid what she thought was any punishment. Though in the end, Kentimane knew. He tasked her with being the warden of her brother, to punish him in her father's stead for the heinous crime of creation. Thalia's will be hard to convince, for this is his greatest work. But it seems that without his blessing, these creatures cannot be unmade, for the Queen and her subjects survived the destruction of Praxis. Perhaps, like many insects, they possess an ability to change and shift to fill whatever roles are needed. And as long as a single Myrmiki lives, a queen will be found. It seems then that to fight them as a species is a fruitless effort. Our only hope is to convince their creator that he must let them go. And then, Anna, you feel every single person on the ship look at you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need help with that conversation.
Now, the area we're traveling to has been completely stripped of useful vegetation, food sources, animals, and all organic matter that might be useful for terraforming or building more myrmidons. These creatures are now procreating by altering the physical structure of other living things. They have created new and more terrifying forms to fulfill their sick desires. Of note, you will need to watch out for the following types of myrmidons. Their rank-and-file troops have gained the ability to fly, climb, burrow, and swim. They move with a great cunning, like a cunning action, perhaps. They have the ability to adapt and learn on the fly, but they are limited in what abilities they have, having to drop previous ones to gain new ones. Their entire body is a weapon, and they fight flawlessly as a unit, with such precision that it would make the greatest sentinels of any army jealous. Moreover, when they fight together as a group, their unity and dedication is said to tax the minds of their enemies, even if the strikes they swing do not land true. Also, Hypatia taught them magic missiles, so every single one of them is going to be able to fire magic missiles. That's the whole thing right there. There are... Oh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
Have they adopted new rules of engagement?
Yes. OOC, the Myrmidon Shock Trooper, is an MCDM minion.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is to say that you can satisfyingly cleave through like 3, 4, 5, or 6 of them at a time if they're clumped up together, but that when they clump up together and attack, they will automatically deal psychic damage.
Cool.
Even if they miss, they will deal a lot of damage if they hit. So you don't want them to group together and attack. AoE, good, essentially. But as minions, they will either die from the AoE or they won't. It's kind of the situation. Any melee attack or ranged attack that has an attack roll, if it hits, it kills. And depending on how much damage it does, it might kill additional ones as well. Alright. There's also the Myrmidon Harvesters. These creatures are what prowl the land, consuming everything in their path, only to digest it and create it as mana. This is a sort of building block that they use to create more myrmidons, weapons, and expand their territory. There are the Myrmidon Juggernauts. These are based on Philippocles, who they hold in high esteem.
Oh, God.
Imagine just fighting a bunch of Philippocles. Doesn't that sound nice? Bet that's fun. Reset, how fun is that? Pretty fun?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, then just cast your spells.
On the topic of spells, they seem to have taken a great interest in Anastasia. They understand that to outlast your enemies, magical healing is required. A subspecies of Myrmidon known as the Life Tender. They are tiny, hard to spot on the battlefield. Often they ride inside the other Myrmidons, piloting them like giant colossi, providing healing from the inside, as well as beneficial spells to enhance their abilities.
Colossus of nature.
Just so. It seems they've paid close attention and learned from you. Their saviors. But the most vile of all their creations, the one that I feel has made them irredeemable, is the Myrmidon Plague Spreaders. These disgusting flies. carry their bloated bodies aloft on fleshy wings. Wherever they go, they spread a pestilence that kills any life that is not a Myrmiki. Their harvesters come and collect the remains of the dead. Are there any questions?
Are Myrmikis considered monstrosities?
At this point, I would say yes. They originally were humanoids, but I would say at this point they're definitely considered monstrosities. He says, if there is a queen, and I have every confidence there is, she is likely hidden away from harm in the Hollow World. He looks around as if to say, as if checking to see if he needs to remind everybody what the Hollow World is. Nope, everybody seems to get it. All right, he lets it go. All right, and then he says,
"We really don't know anything about the Hollow World."
Oh well.
The only time it ever came up was when we sent those troglodytes back.
The Hollow World is a cavernous realm, a sunless world between worlds. As you know, being a decent and sane world, Thylea is flat on both sides. The Hollow World rests in between the land of the living and the dead. It is a place of both life and death, light and shadow. Within that world, all sorts of creatures, monstrosities, fiends, things that cannot bear to stand in the light of the sun, dwell and hide and thrive. Things that have escaped from the nether seas and wait for the day when they are crawled to the surface. The Myrmikis have found this to be an ideal breeding ground. All right, he starts to pack it up. Kyra says, "Absolutely, just like that. It's the cream filling." Okay, so what is the play?
I kind of want to know about the other option. Out of character.
Now you know what. Now you want to know about the other quests that you could do. Is that...
well, I kind of want to know like what we're ignoring to this. We definitely need to do this next.
Hearing you say that, Kyra begins frantically looking for another story to plagiarize.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's the heart tree, and then Hades wants us to get 8 people from here.
8 false gods.
Yeah, that's not one thing. We could wait on that one. Let's just focus on this.
Yeah. I mean, if those 8 false gods haven't caused trouble yet, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So how much trouble do you think I'd be in if I turned into the Myrmiki Queen?
I mean,
it depends on whether or not you would immediately assimilate yourself into their culture and just.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah, there was this the story that I read as a child in Mitros. It was about people who could turn into animals, like teenagers. And one time,
that sounds cool.
The guy tried to turn into a bee, and then he forgot who he was. It was really bad.
Kyra's like, wait, what happened to him though? Did he turn back to a kid, or is he still a bee?
I don't know, Kyra. It was a really long time ago.
Oh man.
Well, that's why I thought.
Oh wait! I think I have a copy of that in my bag. Hold on. Was it this?
Yep, it was that.
Oh god, that was terrifying. Oh, no! She stuffs it back in the bag. Cyrus, don't do it. Don't risk it. Do not risk it.
Yeah, you would immediately realize that this is the perfect form. You don't need any of those other forms anymore. Probably. I don't know.
Well, that's what I thought.
Probably
The
some kind
Queen
of
had enough
save.
independent thought. That's why I was thinking that one.
Some kind of character ending save associated with that.
Think about how happy you would be, though. Assimilated into a hive mind? Oh my god.
Oh no. It'd be disturbing because I retain all my warrior abilities when I transform.
Oh man. Yeah.
And then all of them would get them to immediately.
Oh, seeing Pelagon on the ship reminded me that Pelagon in the 8 months that you were gone would definitely have returned to Aresia to do Aresian things, because dudes are an Aresian, so he,
That's
you know, yeah.
Also, we were gone for 8 months. So.
Yeah. Like he signed on for this big adventure, and he got to ride in your boat for a little bit, and then you were gone, and they waited like 2 weeks. They were like, okay.
That's really sad. Okay, so alright, so we know what they got. What do we got? We're gonna fight them with.
Chandra says, do you want me to give a presentation about you guys?
No, no, we got it.
Oh, okay.
I hope we have it.
I mean, I have one prepared, but it's sort of like at an award show where, you know, the host is allowed to sort of roast everyone a little bit. I don't know if this is really the time for that. I mean, no one is a bigger fan of you than I am, heroes. After all I've ever wanted is your success.
Same way you said it before. Where'd Phil go?
Where did Phil go?
Always at the prow. There,
Oh, okay.
He's thinking.
He better hope that the safety's on that anchor cannon, saying right at his back.
Curious what Coolest Crew is doing. Like, what makes him so cool?
Oh, what Coolest Crew is doing?
Yeah.
They have expertise in sleight of hand, so they could tie some pretty fancy knots. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool.
Wearing Reset brand sandals.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you ask her what makes her so cool, or are you just observing to see what makes her so cool?
No, I'm just observing. I'm kind of just looking to see, like, what is it about this person that gives off the aura of coolness.
Oh, fair.
Because, like, with just one look at them, and I can tell, like, they're cool, but I'm trying to figure out, like, why. You know? Yeah. Just like how I can look at this person and know that they're pretty selfish. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think
if you're wondering where the mechanical workers are, because of unions and stuff, Vulcan could only hire a few of them because these people who survived the Battle of Mitros, apparently you guys had like a contract that said as long as you guys were sailing, they could sail with you, and so yeah, he had to relegate it. You know, they're in the engine room essentially.
I think unless we can talk to Tallius first.
Yeah, he's the key.
All right. So you guys just gonna head over to him?
Yep.
Okay. In your airship, or are you just gonna teleport to him?
Let's use the airship. I look over to
Yeah.
I suggest.
Oh, all right. Cool.
It's only like a couple
that
hours away.
question?
That'll give us time to think about how I'm going to ask a father to kill all his children.
Well,
Maybe we could load up on blast-based ammunition to drop on these guys from above.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that initially, at the time, his creations hadn't done anything. That's why we didn't want to kill them when we met them. They hadn't done anything. So now they have, and it's different.
Mm-hmm.
So you should kill them.
You may recall that he was very upset that you guys freed his creations when he met you. He was very concerned and very upset. So he does acknowledge at a base level that yes, they're very dangerous. They terraformed his sister, the Titaness Yala. They killed her. They took her body. They turned it into a giant bug kaiju. Like, it's real bad. It's real bad.
So Vulcan, on our way there, you want to tell us about all the cool things the ship can do? I saw the anchor cannon. That's nice.
He starts to explain to you all the cool things that the ship can do. And then, as you guys are approaching the war zone, you see shapes begin rising up out of the clouds towards the ship. Dun dun dun. Do you want to try evasive maneuvers, some kind of crazy magic, or do you want to fight these things to get a better sense of what you are up against?
I suggest we're just trying to get around them for now. So anything we fight with them now, that means they're going to be better prepared for us when we fight them later.
Ooh, you are a smart boy. All right. So, let's see. It's a badass airship. Yeah, Vulcan does some, some dope shit, Lilithine, where he's just like, oh, looks like we're gonna have to kick it into overdrive. And he yells down through this grate, at the automatons in there, and then you guys feel the ship kind of surge forward at incredible speeds. All right. Looking back, you see some of the horrors that were chasing after you, including the Myrmiki Philippocles.
During the Chandras, could I have taken a short rest?
Yeah, sure. You guys definitely have been flying for a couple hours at this point. So
Okay.
Yeah, if you need to take a short rest, you definitely could take a short rest. All right. I will. Do I have a map for a map? We'll just do like a roleplay scene. That'll work fine. Okay. All right. So who are you bringing to this powwow? Because the airship will need to stay in motion. It is probably a very interesting target for the Myrmiki army. They will more than likely be in constant pursuit of it. So they can fly you over, airdrop you, that sort of thing. So it really comes down to what you guys want to. Who do you guys want to bring with you?
Yeah.
Well, should maybe I don't want to split the party, but I'm just worried about like our crew getting munched on. We're talking alleys.
I'm more worried about teaching them what a fucking airship is. So.
Oh, well, they've seen it now. Yeah.
Well, if they get it, then they could. Yeah, they'll make it into.
But I don't think
But they
seeing
would really
it. I don't think
how it
seeing is
yeah.
enough, right? But that's part of why they're definitely going to be after it, because now that they have seen it, that is very nice. They might be able to use that to go to other worlds.
Oh no! This is the Tyranid origin story.
Yeah, guys, my character for Raiders Serpent Seas will be a Myrmiki.
Oh, that actually that would actually be kind of cool. Like a Myrmidon that got disconnected from the hive
A
mind
lost one.
and it has to like find its own way. Oh man.
Well, just
Actually,
use Thrycreen rules.
yeah, you could just play Tharka. There's actually quite a few good bug races out there, thanks to the OGL. In fact, a lot of people create some great content, including the campaign we're playing right now. Sorry, didn't mean to
I
make it
wonder if
political.
someone's made a class that lets you like copy abilities of other classes. That'd be cool. You could play that as the Murky.
Like
Anyway.
the old school blue mage.
There is a mirror mage sorcerer in Valdas that can copy the abilities of their companions.
Okay. Right. So BT. Are we all going, or is anyone staying behind to protect the ship, or?
I think the ship will be fine.
Okay.
Let's just turn around and get out of here.
Oh, Karina. Check back in with Karina.
If anything, the airship could keep quite a few Myrmidons on a goose chase, essentially, by like flying away and then having a bunch of them follow.
Good.
Yeah.
Is Bullbug around?
Bullbug
fighting
is
the Myrmidons.
fighting the Myrmidons.
He's already down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till you see the Bullbug Myrmidon they're working on. Oh man. All right, so I'll bring
maybe
it.
Steros, unless he's already down there. I don't know who we have are available. I'm fine just going as us. I don't know if we need a B team.
We take Callister.
Okay.
We take Ventus. Probably in dragon form.
Okay.
Kyra. That's 3. We got 2 more.
I would say maybe
Samrock Stronders. Boom.
Oh,
We
okay.
did it.
Wait. You doing social stuff? Maybe. Don't.
Yeah.
You never know. Might be opposite day.
I was thinking maybe Steros too, if he's around.
Oh yeah, Steros is a great critter. Vulcan did rejoin the B team. If you want to bring him, he will, or he can stay with the airship. And if he comes, then Steros would probably need to stay with the airship.
Okay.
So who would you prefer, Steros or Vulcan?
It actually might be nice if Vulcan came, because he has kind of that god of craft point of view.
Mm-hmm.
The creator point of view. He might help us.
Okay.
I was also,
Vulcan always talks about sad shit, though. You know, like a lot of people have written to be that he makes them very sad. So, we try to run a happy game here. So just
Guilt and tragedy can make people do crazy things. So if we need to convince him,
that's true. Is Chandra's coming, or are you staying with the ship?
I mean, I think he could be useful.
Okay. All right. He high fives Zamrox, and they Wonder Twins unite back into one B team member.
Nice.
Okay.
Slides into place.
All right. So Cyver's thinking maybe not. Hang out on the airship. Okay. All right. So Callister, Zamrox, Vulcan, Ventus, and Ventus in dragon form. Okay. Oh. Yeah. All right. Rosette, you're bringing your dragon, right, Arete?
I think he was already fighting here, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, Arete
Arete's
was still on the front lines. You're right. Shit. Okay.
I mean,
Gotta
you'd probably meet up right now.
Yeah, I feel like if Arete knew you were around, they would definitely come for you if possible. So that would just be a simple sending spell. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 people. We're good. All right. Let's see. Talius is pretty easy to find. He's just a ginormous Frankenstein. There he is. Him big. I don't even know where to put him. Over here? Okay. Okay. Alright. Let me see. This music works alright, I guess. Nah, let's see if we got something else. Hold on. Ooh. I don't know how this one sounds, but let's give it a shot. Alright, so you see the massive form of Talius up ahead. In the intervening years since the Battle of Mitros, he has repaired much of his body with massive pieces of clockwork and stone. And he is essentially sitting against a mountain, and he is sewing himself up because he has several terrible wounds. Milling about below him are allied forces. Again, he's like the size of like the Statue of Liberty. It's like really big. So, all right. So you guys dramatically Marvel Cinematic Universe style leap out of the airship like you did in the very first session of the post game, and just sort of like, and then you do all your signature falling out of airship moves to land on him, near him. Maybe conveniently there's like a very cool looking outcropping of stone like right near his shoulder where you guys could land, so you respect his personal space. All right, so it's been a while. How do you jump out of an airship, Phil?
I mean, Phil just kind of like walks off edge, and like he'll like brace his like legs back a little bit, but he's just gonna land. Maybe
So
break
you
a
don't
leg,
fly
but
on
it'll
Ventus?
regenerate.
Oh, right, and then just regenerate it. Okay.
Oh, he was leaving Ventus for people without flight.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, all right. So, Hypatia, how do you jump out of an airship at level 18?
I just fly down on my broom.
Okay, fair enough. The classic.
Yeah, just the Harry Potter dive bomb.
All right. Let's see, Anastasia.
Yeah, just fly straight down. Depending on if Kara wants to be a dragon and fly too. Otherwise, I'll just carry her. It's probably a position.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think
I guess like it's like an interlocking, like to keep your hands free just in case there's danger of your feet and her arms kind of interlocking.
Yeah.
Like wrist to ankle sort of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're talons, but not obviously.
Cool. All right. Cyrus, how do you get down?
I'll turn to the guys and say, make sure to reel this back up once I get down. I'm going to fire the harpoon at the anchor at the ground.
Oh, shit. Okay.
While they're moving, keep going.
The anchor that would then be attached to the ship, and then you'd anchor turn them around the mountain? Is that the plan?
Okay, maybe they can do a cool drift off that.
Okay. Yeah, we played Sea of Thieves together. I see what you're doing. Okay.
And then I'll slide down the chain.
Shit. All right, that's some Treasure Planet shit right there. All right, cool. All right, and then
I'll, when I get to the bottom, I'll use my strength to pick up the anchor.
Punch the anchor out of the mountains so it can retract. Okay.
Yeah, break the ground so they can.
God damn. Okay. All right. Wow.
Gotta be cinematic, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah. That was definitely cinematic. Fucking Bandai and Squaresoft to call me on the phone right now. They're like, "What did I just hear?" That's fucking amazing. All right. Resets. Top that. Or not. I mean, how do you jump out of it?
I've been in hell for a while, so she's probably just gonna leap off the side and flip as many times as she can.
Run down the side of the mountain.
She's gonna keep flipping, like like more than 1080, Like,
Oh
just
god,
keep going.
like Samus Aran flipping, like screw attack at this
Yeah,
point.
like
Okay.
screw attack, and then just before she hits the ground, she'll do the she'll just sprout like I guess fire wings or whatever.
Oh shit.
Break the
Okay.
fall.
Or you just have that monk ability, slow fall, just like take damage.
Yeah, that's like the
That-
flavor
yeah,
for the slow fall.
yeah. Oh, very cool flavor. All right. All right. Well, they don't want to outshine you, so I won't tell you how the NPCs get down. But essentially, there's dragons, and everybody rides down on dragons. It's not that complicated. So, all right. All right. So you guys land on the cliff next to him, and he looks to all of you, and he says, the chosen, my savior. Have you come to see what your ignorant folly has wrought? And then he kind of stops and he grimaces and he says, "What our ignorant folly has wrought?"
Was gonna say.
Yeah, and as you look around from this mountaintop, everything is just this barren waste where like everything has just been stripped away, and you just see so many like skirmishes off in the distance, swarms of Myrmiki in the skies. You see Dragonlords, not really mounted on dragons per se, but mounted on hippogriffs and stuff, flying, aerial combat, that sort of thing. It's just war all around you, just raging. And he says, "Have you brought answers? You have been gone so long. Surely your journeys, you have found a solution."
You're not gonna like it.
Hmm? The world is in danger. The worlds are in danger.
What? I had something and I lost it.
His pearlescent eyes kind of scan all of you, and he says, "Well, out with it."
We're here because we didn't find an answer. Not one you'd like to hear. Must have been what you've been dreading for all the time we were gone. Truly, there is only one solution, and only you hold the key to saving what we can. What's left to keep more people from dying? Assimilated.
As you say that, he kind of whispers, but he's he's a fucking giant the size of a mountain, and he says, "Yala, I failed her. I failed everyone."
It's never too late to set it right.
You wish for me to turn my back upon my creation, my greatest work. I will never have that brilliance again. As I labored in the nether seas, a slave to my sister's treachery, I felt the worms eat away at my brain. I am no brilliant craftsman now, just a mountain of flesh. But my heart beats strong, I will confess that I harbor a great deal of shameful pride at the sheer power of my creation. When I look upon their shining carapace, I remember the man that I once was. I remember the life that I used to lead. They're all I have of the past. They're all I have to remind myself that I wasn't always this broken thing. They are all that sustains me.
Our intention to let it get this bad, but I don't think. Well,
what is intense when it comes to creation?
so
I wish to make the perfect being. My hubris was so great. I am tired. I cannot do this alone. I will help you. But there is something controlling them. Something they found and changed deep within the hollow world. An ancient evil that took them in and gave them succor. It has assumed the guise of their queen, but it is something more. And in being something more, it is irreplaceable. It must be destroyed. And upon its destruction, the Murmur Key will be no more. For I will wipe them from existence, along with myself. But to do so now, while that dark power holds sway, would be futile.
But let's get to it.
Alright, he stands up and everything shakes and the whole deal, it's it's a fucking giant. Just, and he says, there was a spotting of a queen nearby. Whether or not it is the one we seek, or a decoy, I do not know. But it could be a good place to start.
a keep would know, wouldn't it?
I'm sure it would tell us.
Do your leaders tell you everything?
Guess not.
Phil kind of looks around. I mean, we kind of are. Ugh.
They share a mind, but they have developed a hierarchy. Those at the bottom live only to serve those above them, each fulfilling a role within the hive. They have learned from us, from the treacherous mortals of the land. They have taken all that they feel is useful and assimilated it and improved it. I dare say you will face no stronger enemy than what you are about to face. But then I have not walked beside you. I do not know what horrors you have seen, what dangers you have faced. But I certainly hope it has been enough to prepare you for this. Are you ready?
Do we know if the Myrmikis are immune to being charmed?
An excellent question. When in small numbers, they are susceptible to such things. But the more that are present, the stronger their resolve becomes.
Do we want to maybe take a day? Just because I'm missing the 7th and 8th level spell slot? I mean, I'd probably be okay without it, but, you know.
I mean, the world continues turning. So
Yeah. I mean, it might
the-
take a day to find her, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you couldn't be actively doing that and resting at the same time. Oh, and you're a wizard now with wish. I don't. your limitations are
right.
boundless.
Well, I mean, a body can wish for whatever they want, but if it's outside of the explicit list of things that the spell suggests doing with a wish, that's where it starts to get a little shaky. So again, don't feel like you can't, but understand that there are potential consequences.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things with wish is you can make any spell that you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was kind of like having a spell slot. I don't know.
Well, it's the super spell slot for sure, but I mean, it wouldn't seem like that big a deal to just use your 9th level spell slot to be like, I wish I had taken a long rest. And then like you take a long rest, and you're like, that's amazing, infinite magic. What could go wrong? Yeah. But that's the kind of stuff that's outside of the raw description of the spell. So that's kind of where the raw description of the spell.
Do you get the 9th level slot back?
No.
If you would, because you took a long rest.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. But that's the problem, right? Is like the slippery slope of messing with the universe. I mean, see any sci-fi about time travel, you know, manipulation of timelines, things like that. Like
Your backstory.
there's just always you know, that's why they clearly labeled the spell what was safe to use.
I'm ready to go.
I mean, I just won't have a 7th or 8th level spell slot. It's fine.
I mean, it's only the hardest thing we're ever gonna find.
Yeah, I mean, would you prepare?
Hmm?
What would you have prepared?
Oh, just like a bunch of AoEs
Oh, okay.
that I could then, you know, cast.
Iris,
I
what about
wish
your
I
wand of
cast
fireballs?
Meteor Storm.
I don't have any attunement slots available for that.
Oh.
You still have Titan's Bane?
Yeah.
What about spell scrolls?
I do have some spell scrolls, yes. But they're more utility spell scrolls.
Oh, the detect magic spell scroll you've been holding on since like level 2. Yeah.
Well, like, you know, like
Some things have
a
sentimental
plain
value,
spell
Phil.
scroll. It's fine. I'll be fine.
They're probably resistant to fire.
You don't think that they've learned how to copy my really dope luck manipulation abilities, do you? Chandras looks left and he looks right. And it says, who knows? Would they have had an opportunity to see them? She says, no.
I think so.
But does that mean anything I do use, they'll suddenly be able to use back?
They'll lose something.
And well, Sharon says, well, the weaker ones will have to give something up. The stronger ones are in smaller numbers, but they have much more adaptability to them. They are still working within the finite realm of being mortal. For now.
But if
Imagine
if they eat filler Hypatia, oh my god.
Or imagine if they had gotten their hands on something like the ambrosia.
Got it.
Yeah, see, that's a pro.
My sister.
Me, but the only person who knew what to do with it by defending the Queen of Aresia, as far as we know. I'd like to believe maybe he's still alive.
I mean, have we tried to scry
We
Queen
should.
and
We certainly can.
my shitty uncle?
I can. In fact, if I was that worried about it, I might have tried.
That might be a good place to, well, with you scrying, like after that scene might be, that might be a good thing to do rather than jump into a combat, because
Yeah,
we
probably.
are,
Yeah.
we are pretty close to time, so.
Yeah, it's one of the new things Soul taught me. So.
Okay, so who
scry
you
now, too.
who you scrying on? And is it using resources, or is it one of them cool like one-off abilities or something? Again, I don't make it my business to keep track of other people's level 18 characters. So you're all on the honor system now. If you tell me something that sounds completely unbelievable, I might be like, now wait a minute. But in this campaign, I don't even know where that line is anymore. So. So you guys are all in the honor system of checking your own resources and whatnot.
Yeah, but this might have happened when Kyra woke me up that night and talking about it. So see, flashback to the scene, maybe something different changed. But yeah, I would scry on Aristonor.
Okay, who do you want to scry on?
Aristonor? What's his name?
Oh, you're using his dragon name.
Well, that is his name.
All right, let me see.
I say Narcissus and Aristonor.
All right.
If it gets forwarded to his previous address, and I've met him.
So technically, in this campaign setting, you can scry people, I believe, who are dead. Let me see. Or is it limited to the same plane? Oh, it has to be the same plane of existence. Okay. You are unable to scry him.
Okay.
Yep.
Well.
Also, I'm very impressed that you remembered the dragon name, because I am so bad with fantasy names that I have to, on his character sheet, have a pronunciation guide.
I mean, that's how I learned how to say it.
It's
It's very helpful, yeah. Without that, I don't think I'd ever get it right. Like, Arcarania is like, fantastic.
Okay.
Well,
He was such a sweet boy. Such a
You
cute,
can't-
sweet boy.
I know. So
you can't
unable to scry, so that either means he's on a different plane.
So maybe descending have to be on the same plane?
I don't think so, but I think there's a chance it could fail.
I mean, we're sending Astraeus all the time.
But he's on the same plane as us.
No, he's in the...
And if he died, wouldn't he go to another
Nope.
seas?
Sending. You can send messages across any distance, even to other planes of existence. I know because my first cleric in 5e used to prank call Orcus. Was sending. that did backfire very quickly, by the way.
Oh no, you're giving me
Send
plans for
agents
my
to-
cleric.
Yeah. So, when you try to scry, he is not on this plane of existence, which means that he is either dead, literally off world. So dead being he'd be in the nether seas. You could just probably ask the god of the dead who you
You're friends
are
with, yeah.
friends with, yeah. Or he doesn't exist at all anymore, or
Or he was
he's
taken.
he's been concealed by
Mhm.
something.
Okay.
Yep. None of those are good things to have happen.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Don't we still have that scroll of true resurrection?
Yes.
It's an option.
I mean,
that
even then,
would certainly that would certainly tell you whether he is alive or dead or trapped somewhere in between.
Yeah, but if his thing is trapped, then the true resurrection wouldn't work, would it? Or would it?
It would not.
Yeah,
and
no.
being a scroll, you would
It
Jeremy Crawford could not refund it to you. It would just it would just crumble.
Yeah.
It would just crumble to dust.
All right, so that needs further exploring for sure.
Jeremy Crawford's too busy refunding Dean.
Oh yeah, jeez, poor oof. So also with True Resurrection, you touch a creature that's been for no longer 200 years.
Yeah.
The death for any reason acceptable age. The creature's soul is free and willing. It returns. The spell can even provide a new body if the original one no longer exists, in which case you just speak the creature's name. So yeah, it would work if those other conditions are met. He has to be willing and able to return, and he has to be dead. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put a pin in it.
okay.
And then it would
Yeah,
definitely be.
I'd say we try
interested
sending
in,
him.
Yeah.
But he's gonna ask if we got the Ambrosia.
Yeah, maybe we.
So,
Maybe we don't. No, we definitely. Iris brother.
I mean, sending would be a solid way to know. Maybe he could lie to you, because in this campaign setting, you can use sending and essentially contact the dead. So, he could just be like, "I'm totally alive."
you must agree to this oath before responding. Responding to this oath automatically. Responding to the sending automatically.
This is a collect call oath.
No.
Yeah. Oh, this is why Philippocles wants to change all the rules, because of people like that. Because of people like that. Yeah. All right. And does any other scrying before you?
So
Kinda-
we could tell Thylea, take a breather. We're gonna go get our allies from this great mission, and we can go find Bullbug and Brete, and then while we're doing that, Hypottic can long rest
Okay, that could work.
with Thylea.
What would probably happen is Hypatia would probably sit out a small fight where you would just go in and kind of pick up your allies, and then they'd be fighting and stuff like that, and you get kind of a sense of what you're up against.
Does that sound good to everyone?
That sounds.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Fly in and throw Bullbug as B team token and be like, I'm safe.
Right as he's about to be crushed under
Yeah.
the Yala Juggernaut or something,
He holds up
like
his
tosses
hand.
to him.
Grabs the
Oh
coin.
dang!
Yeah, I can see Phil would go fight that Juggernaut. Phil's not here. I must go fight that Juggernaut.
hmm
Another note
Well-
about the Juggernaut type. Can they fly too?
Yes. All of the Myrmiki models have all speeds. Because it's a good adaptation to have all speeds, It gives
Are they
you
all
versatility.
uniform?
Like a cockroach. They are actually, for the most part, they all seem to have either 30 or 40 land speed, and then slightly slower burrowing speeds and swim speeds. One would argue that having a swim speed equal to half of your normal speed is pointless, because isn't that what your swim speed would be anyways? If you didn't have a swim speed, it would be half of your speed. But those people don't understand all the subtleties of Dungeons and Dragons. Having a swim speed gives you all sorts of other bonuses.
Yep, helps prevent floundering.
Yeah. Also lets you use any weapon you want underwater without penalty, and all sorts of other stuff. So it is good to actually have an official swim speed, even if it's a shitty swim speed. All right.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah? All right.
Well, I looking at this hate monger vulture, and I'm thinking this might actually be a good use for this.
It could be.
I want
Yeah.
them to get the ability that
You're gonna teach them immunity to everything.
if they absorb him, we just can't let that happen.
I can make them fight themselves though. Hate monger.
Oh no, yeah, they absorb your hate.
I was gonna say, be like, maybe convince some of them, that their current queen is an imposter. Maybe they just go and eat her or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe we find that one Myrmiki,
Oh yeah.
the one faithful follower of Philippocles and Hypatia.
So Yala was already not looking great before completion. So yeah. All right. Welp, I guess this is a good place to end. Right at the edge of this very big. Right, it's not nearly going to be as big as the walk through hell, but at the end of this, or the precipice of this new arc, will end right there. Whew. All right. So, real quick announcements. We have a Pathfinder game starting tomorrow. I am not DMing it. In fact, no one on our server is DMing it. I went out into the world and I found a DM who was willing to run Pathfinder, who has no idea what sort of a player I am. So they were easy prey.
I did share the stream with him, by the way. I think he might be watching.
Anyways, so tomorrow we're going to be learning Pathfinder firsthand, like the boomers do, by picking ourselves up by the bootstraps and sweeping the floor until we're the owner of the company. That's right. So I spent 3 hours making my character. Boy, that was a long time. That was a very long time to make my character. So if my character dies in the first adventure, I'll probably never play Pathfinder again. I hope the DM's listening to that part too. So yeah, a very complicated system, but a very exciting system. A lot of neat stuff. I am very excited to see this thing in play and try out this 3-action economy. I haven't been this excited about something in tabletop since I first discovered the Glyph stuff. But like this 3-action economy, it sounds good on paper, but like when you actually start to learn how it works, interacts, like, oh my god, so cool. Imagine on your turn if we no longer had bonus actions and you could just be like, can I use this bonus action again? And it's like, of course you can. Like, what? Like, yeah. But you're like, it would just make more sense if I could do this bonus action 3 times this turn. And you're like, if that's all you're going to do, that's fine. Like, that's what we're dealing with over there. It's pretty wild. So I'm excited to see how it all plays out. So that's going to be at 8 p.m. tomorrow. It's probably going to be a little boring at first because it's going to be a session 0 for the first half, and then it'll kind of bleed into a session 1. If that's not your cup of tea, Dom will be continuing his Cyberpunk Red game, and that was really fun last week when I listened into it. I won't be able to listen to it this week, but Dom is going to start putting the VODs for that up onto the YouTube channel. So if anybody is interested in Cyberpunk, because here we are in this Renaissance era of learning other systems besides 5e, who knows what sparked that? Yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about Cyberpunk Red, that game is going on as well. Wednesday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall continues. Thursday, we've got... No, I got it mixed up again. Wednesday, we've got Monster Hunter. We got too many games going on. Wednesday, we got Monster Hunter. I think there's only 4 sessions left in the whole campaign. We're dealing with some really big, spooky monsters now. Thursday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall continues. Friday, Orpheus is Rime of the Frost Maiden. Saturday morning, Red Hand of Doom. Saturday night, we'll be playing a shitload of Celasta. How much Celasta we played, Remy? 7.5 hours? How many hours?
I'm down for like 10.
10 hours? All right, we'll see how it goes.
I got a 24 case of Red Bull. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Let's play till Monday.
Yeah, mini extra life, just for that. Celebrate the OGL. So then we've got Sunday morning. We got more Curse of Strahd. That's Daybreak. Daybreak holds a new record. They had a session this past Sunday. No one took any damage the whole session. It's incredible. Yeah. But then we've got Mythic Odyssey. Sunday night. They have completed their visit to the Fates. That's a good way to put it.
Wow.
And
So
now, now they have to go to Yonder. There's just nowhere else for them to go. So we'll see.
I'm
That's
interested to see how they do with Yonder. Are they gonna solid snake it like we did, or are they gonna try and complete the whole thing?
with the. It's hard to say. It's hard to say with these guys, but they got their hiney spanked pretty hard at the Fates Island. So yeah, I think they're trying to figure out like their next move at this point. They definitely have the fires of vengeance lit hard in their chest cavities to come back to the Fates later. So they have also joined the ranks of so many other campaigns where Versi is dead. So
Ooh.
hashtag spoiler, yeah. And then Monday we will be back here. So anybody else have any announcements? Red, what does your game start?
Yes. I have one spot left for my game. It's going to be on Saturday nights. We're having a session here on the 28th, and then hopefully starting on the 4th of February. And that's going to be, it's a combination of the bunch of starter kits and my own little twist on the story, and it should be a good time. More classic 5e game.
Fantastic. And I've heard by reading the chat that it's not going to be as emotionally damaging as some of the other games that your players are in. So
well, I gotta get them playing first, and then
okay, yeah,
we'll see.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because there's a particular person I learned a lot of my DMing from, so I don't know. I think they're pretty good DM. I'd like to emulate them a bit, hopefully.
Okay, fair enough. Just remember that seems good until Dom lies to you about how many hit points the monster has left, and then kills the robot you worked hard to get only 6 seconds after you send it out into combat. Then lies to you about the special treasure that you worked really hard for, and it's just a stack of lies. Just lies. Oh, anyways, I'll never be over it. Okay, anyone else have any announcements before we adjourn? Nope. All right, sweet. I hope everybody has a safe and healthy week and doesn't get too stressed out about the world. And yeah, see you guys around the Discord.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.